Shut up and sit down.
So, what's new with you, bud?
Just got a vasectomy yesterday, which is basically the point of today's story.
Very progressive.
Because with the whole state of the U.S., it honestly is like the easiest way. Because it's literally like half-hour procedure, and then you go home and you want to fucking die, but they gave you Valium, at least in the Navy, so you feel a little better.
Good old Navy drugs.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, fuck. Hang on. I just realized I completely forgot to put my Twitch link on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do that, so... No, I don't want Stream Manager. I kind of just want my stream. Hide player? No. There's fucking... I want to just click me.
Oh, creep.
Fucking what the fuck? Oh, there we go. Channel. Ooh, that got loud as shit for a minute because the double audio feedback. Yeah.
Nice. Nothing better.
Yeah, so I have COVID again.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I only didn't have it for like 3 days. And I went to work for those 3 days, and I was still coughing really badly, and my vape still, because COVID fucks with your taste and smell.
Yeah.
My vape, which is usually banana, and for some reason they're gold now and not yellow. Yeah, it tasted like burnt ketchup. Like if you put a bunch of ketchup on a plate and then microwaved it for like 4 minutes, and the minute you open the microwave, that smell hit you get, that is exactly what this smelled and tasted like. It's back to smelling and tasting like banana, which is why I'm doing it. But yeah, no, it was pretty terrible.
I mean, I certainly hope that you're not just vaping burnt ketchup.
No, I'm not actually a Nick fiend. You know, I don't need the nicotine. I didn't even...
The nicotine needs you.
Something has to need me at some point. Oh, I can see your Silverhand tattoo. I never actually... Oh, yeah. I don't think I ever actually saw the finish. Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. It's nice. I haven't been lotioning it, but...
We've got a city to burn.
Damn straight. So...
With cherry Coke. Way better than cherry Pepsi. Cherry Pepsi can kill me.
Well, I mean, you just go with the Dr. Pepper and you get, 23 flavors plus some.
Yeah, 23 flavors, all of them cherry. Hey, do you know why Dr. Pepper comes in a bottle?
Because it's a lot easier than holding it in your hands.
Because his wife died.
Okay. I don't understand that one.
Think about it for a minute. Think about the words I said really, really particularly.
I don't like that. Now I know what you mean. You're gross. Get out of here. Stream canceled. That's it. We're canceling this week.
What? No. This week? Dude, it's been like a month since we've done one. We both had shit going on. I've been sick. I've been insanely busy at work. Fucking... I like working at that place because of what it is. It's the Packard Technical Center. It's like the R&D center for like a Fortune 500 company that has turned a profit for 82 consecutive years. However, I fucking hate working at this place because it's like an hour and a half fucking commute. I wake up at 5 in the morning to drive to work, which I hate because I'm not a morning person.
That's basically like the Chiefs Within Bank sort of commute.
Yeah, Linden to fucking basically Anacortes is horrible.
Too far. Yeah.
I mean, at least do stop and get booby coffee from Cute Megan at the Ladybug Espresso place every day because the coffee is really good. I need it to survive my day. I need ice white on white 32 ounce with 6 shots of espresso.
Sounds really bad for your heart. Jesus.
Yeah, well, fucking dude, what heart? I've been through too much. That thing's gone.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, also just everyone that works there is like, if you imagined like a prototypical man from 1986.
They're Sigma males.
They're not even Sigma males. They're
the
all,
Sigma male grind set.
Listen, so they're all betas that think they're alphas is what it is. There's so many fragile egos in that shop, and it is just too much for me to deal with. I'm almost happy that I have COVID again because now I get to miss like another week of work. Like I don't have to go back to that place.
I mean, that's Jesus.
And the work's not hard. The work isn't hard at all. It's really simple, easy shit. I mean, we're not like doing advanced diagnostics on some shitty old mud-covered dump truck and why does it not want to start. It's really easy shit, but
people can definitely change
everything.
How much you like your work.
The people it's almost like the military in the regard of the people are very similar, and also the work structure is very similar. I show up and I gotta be there from like start time to 4 p.m. But it's not like a shop trying to turn a profit. Like there's no timeline to get shit done, and like some days I have nothing to do. So like if I'm there all day and I'm not doing anything, I'm still getting paid to just be there and not do anything. But also, I never liked that about the military. I never liked being there all day doing nothing. And I still don't like being here all day doing nothing. Like I don't like wandering around the shop aimlessly being like, hey, you guys need help with anything? Like I'm here. What? I don't have anything to do.
No. It sounds like they're overemployed just because.
Well, I don't know. It's
just walk around with a clipboard. You'll feel important and you'll look important. And probably no one will question you.
I can't walk around with a clipboard there because people would assume I was an engineer if I had a clipboard there. But also, it's very easy to tell that I'm not an engineer because I'm wearing a mechanic's uniform.
Yeah. And usually does help.
And there's a rag in my pocket. And I also don't wear safety glasses like I'm supposed to. I just wear my glasses because I'm like, they're polycarbonate. Fuck it, good enough.
Yeah, whatever. As long as you have at least one good eye, I guess.
Well, I don't do anything that would endanger my eyes there. Like, I'm not messing with it. I have not used a death wheel to cut anything.
No.
Anything. We use a torch a little bit, but I mean, you got to put the shield on anyway, and then your arm's length away from the torch, so, like, you're fine. Yeah,
a torch isn't gonna be, or a safety glasses aren't gonna protect you from a torch.
No. Because
they're just going to melt.
Molten metal gives very little fucks about what it's going through.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've been super busy there. I don't really like working there anymore. I've been working there for 2 months now, in that Snap-on toolbox with all the tools I need to do my job in it has yet to materialize. So... I have no tools. I need to borrow other people's tools every time I do anything. Yeah,
fuck that.
Yeah, I'm thinking about, when this semester of school ends and the internship's over, just not having a job anymore for a while. Because as we both know, I don't really need one.
Yeah,
I kind of just had one to have money for, like, the Camaro and shit, but, like, I I think when this is over, I'm gonna just take some time off.
Yeah, go explore or something.
Probably not even gonna do that. I'm probably just gonna take winter quarter to recharge and be ready to have a job.
Yeah.
And in that case, I mean, I can always go back to Pape. I really like the shop at Pape. Everyone at Pape is not an asshole. Everyone at Pape is really cool. There's a guy in the parts department that brought homemade cookies every Friday. It's like, dude, this place, it was great. It was not an hour and a half away from my house.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If the hour and a half was the only thing, I'd say just, wait till your contract's up and move. But if it's other things compounding, then it's...
Additionally, like, I don't know. I told you they offered me a job. Well, apparently they only, like, verbally offered me a job. They didn't, like, actually formally offer me a job. And then the guy who washes trucks in the wash pit, who's also still not done with school and not currently interning, it's his job to just wash trucks. That's all they trust him to do. He got hired as a tech position. So...
Yeah, that sounds like the military.
I'm not even doing what I applied to do or what I want to do there. I applied for like engine test lab, only engine stuff, and they're like, vehicle operations, rapid mileage. I'm like, that's not what? I don't want to do any of this. What about durability? That also sucks because there's less to do, and there is no structure, there's no schedule, there's no anything to learn in durability.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really unhappy with the entire place.
Yeah, definitely. Then I would say try and look at something else. Take a break if you need to. Go for sure. Go visit that one chick if you wanted to. The one with the kid.
Oh, Sierra. Sierra's great. Actually not, but that's. Things between us are great. That's not what I mean. I mean, things between us are great. She's fantastic, but she's got some stuff going on. I'm not going to talk about it. It's her business, but
that's right.
Love you, babe. With you. Got your bag. We'll get through it. What's up with you on the lady front? There was an Indonesian chick you were talking to for a little bit?
Oh, yeah. No, she wanted kids, and then that Japanese chick wanted kids. Well, clearly, because I got a vasectomy.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, and then... Yeah, there was another chick I was talking to that actually liked RX-7s, and we were talking about that, and then, it suddenly just kind of ghosted me. And I was like, oh,
women
part of that.
It's a weird thing they do.
Because it was great, because one day we're talking all great, shooting the shit, and then the next day it's nothing. So,
excuse me, I have COVID. Sorry.
That's fine. But it is what it is.
That does happen, and it is what it is, but it is also unfortunate because it's like, dude, why? We were getting along, we were good friends, and now you're just like I can't get a reply out of you.
Yeah, that's the thing, because we traded snaps, and then she'll look at my Snapchats, but not reply. So I was just like, okay, cool, good chat, I'm just going to go fuck myself now. And she looked at that and then never replied. And I was like, okay, whatever. Fuck it.
There is the distinct possibility out there, and I know this sounds really shallow and really shitty, but that some women only talk to dudes or have a Tinder or any kind of a dating site presence to get people to follow their Instagram or their Snapchat.
Yeah, but that was the thing. That was
How long did you talk before she was add me on Snapchat?
Oh, no, I was add me on Snapchat because I fucking hate talking over Tinder.
I have a Snapchat, but I don't use it. Maybe it's just because I'm an old man, but I don't get it. The only person who sends me Snapchats is Johnson. Johnson sent me one today of some funny shit he screenshotted from LinkedIn.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. But
I feel bad now because I pressed Johnson to apply for one of the software positions there, and it would really suck if I get Johnson also commuting to that place from Everett, and then I fucking quit.
yeah, definitely be honest with them about it. You're gonna deal with a lot of basic white people.
Because The
That's
only
not
place where there are like basic, backward, unwoke, very sleep white people, all white dudes in their 40s and or late 30s who are overweight, and I don't talk about that, that's gay, is the shop. It's the mechanics.
Yeah.
All the engineers, fucking anyone on HR with the younger people, woke, multi-diverse, cultural,
Yeah.
But the shop is just old white dudes that talk about fishing and hunting and fucking motorcycles. And it's like,
yeah.
do you have like anything interesting that you do, or are you just your father's son?
Yeah. Yeah. That's.
There's one guy there who I thought would be cool. He's younger, just graduated college. He's got like a 74 Firebird or something. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, you do anything with it? Or he's like, no, I just drive it. You have.
Why?
You have a Firebird, like, you don't plan to race this car at all, or like go fast or anything? You just.
Commute?
Like, what? I don't know, man.
Might as well just get a fucking diecast car at that point.
I got one. It's on the shelf back there. I'll probably never have a real one, because as we just saw, fucking, they've been selling for six-figure sums for a Pontiac.
Well, like I said, though, that was a weird one because of how low the mileage was.
I do,
because
that one,
because
like
even
17 miles on it or whatever. But also, like, I don't know, just even at this point now, where like I've seen a couple on Craigslist and Facebook recently for like 17 to 20K, and it's like,
that's not terrible. Like, yeah, it's overpriced.
It's cool, but also like these have none of the good options, and they're like, yeah, they're nicely taken care of. The paint's still nice, interior's still pretty nice. Like, but it's a 301 and it's an automatic and it's a base model, so it's got like a tachometer and a temperature gauge.
Yeah,
and it's like, yeah, I could have one, I could buy it, but then I also got to spend the money on all the parts to turn it into what I want it to be.
Oh yeah,
and then also it'll never actually be that, because it isn't really that. The VIN number says this. And I don't care about that. You know, you and me, we don't care about that. As long as I can make it what I want it to be, awesome. But just, it's so much effort and money to put into not what I want. You know what I mean? Yeah,
I mean, your best bet would be to just keep checking, use Auto Tempest, which, I'll plug them, because that shit's fucking great.
They do. They combine all the car sales websites into one.
Which is fantastic for Craigslist, because then I can literally just one click and I'm searching through the entire fucking country for cars, which is a good way to spend an afternoon. But yeah, that would be your best bet. Because trust me, like there's even for like shitbox 914s, like I love them, they're pretty, but I'm not about to spend 17 grand on one. They're not worth that much.
914s. I think the 914 is fucking ugly.
I like how they look when they're rallied. The rally body kit element looks really good.
Well, everything looks pretty good, rally. Wait, am I thinking of I think I'm thinking of the 912, which is also a Fiat. The
912 is like a knockoff of the old 911s.
What am I thinking of then? It's like also a Fiat.
Here. Let me screen share. How do I screen share there?
Yeah, you can do that.
You disabled screen sharing.
I did? What the fuck?
Yeah.
How do I enable it?
I have no idea.
Secure? Share screen. It was security, I was right. Look at me figuring out a computer thing, isn't that some shit?
There you go. So, yeah, these are the 914s.
Yeah, I hate those. That's,
I don't know.
There's what, that is also a Fiat.
Oh yeah, I'm sure, but like I like how they look when they're rallied, because you get the lights and you do all kinds of crazy shit with them.
Yeah. So
but I'm not about to pay 17
with like stickers and lights and a bunch of things that make it not possible to see the body lines. It looks really good.
I mean, that's basically a lot of those. Ooh. But this is the other thing, because like these RBs, they're fucking terrible. They're making like 255 horsepower, and this one's 60 grand because it has 96,000 kilometers. That's like 2,000 miles.
I cannot stress this enough to you. Literally, it's the exact opposite of my rant bitching. find an RX-7 that's really clean and has a good body and all the electrics and shit work and the interior is nice. I don't give a fuck about like how unpowerful the engine is or like any of that other shit. Like, oh, it doesn't have a wing, it's got ugly wheels, it needs a hood. We can change all that. That's easy. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, also, that's the thing.
We're going to swap the engine in it anyway, but...
Yeah, but I do have to own it for a good 3.5, 4 years. So I would like to, enjoy it. That's why I'm looking at the RS types, because they have a lot of the nicer stuff. And the only one up, there's only 2 up from that, which is the Spirit. And Spirits are beyond expensive because they only made like 1,500 of them. Yeah,
that was the we're going to go slay supercars RX-7.
Yeah.
That car was overpowered as hell in Gran Turismo 5 and 6.
Oh, yeah. And then the only other one is the RZ, which basically is like all of their stuff besides like a little bit of nuances in the Spirit. Has the same rims as the Spirit and a red interior. But the only other thing is like it does each tire can brake different. Like they upgraded the ABS, so for better handling. But honestly, even those are really expensive. Like here, let me see if I can find some, because they're. Oh great! I can't even. There's none. There are no RZs for sale.
Yeah,
like that's how.
So that's. Keisuke's RX-7 from Initial D. That's an RZ.
Yep.
They'd built up.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like, I'm okay with selling with the RS because really the only thing I want on the... I mean, obviously, the ABS would be great. But that's not something I need. And then the other thing is just those fucking nice BBS rims that they have on them. Let's see if I can find them.
I mean...
But those are obviously, you can put those on. Those are easy.
Yeah, BBS has a pretty extensive back catalog of all their wheels too. So like, if you want a set of BBS wheels that they only made in like the early '90s, you can call them and be like, "Hey, I want a set of these," and they'll be like, "Expensive," and you'll be like, "Don't care, make them," and then they will, and they'll send them to you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, here.
Hey, so we were talking about the Smoking Tire podcast, and I was watching one. I did not know that the Regular Car Reviews guys went on there, and I also had no idea that Mr. Regular's gay. That's cool.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, nope, did not know that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've
been watching a few of them, but unless he's talking to someone I personally know, honestly, there's a few I'm not going to watch because I don't agree with where they've gone with their channel, so I'm not going to watch Doug DeMiro. I'm probably not going to watch Hoovy because they've just taken their channels to places I don't care for.
They've reached new lows. Well,
there's
a couple of recent ones, and the Regular Car Reviews one is a big one where Matt Farah talks about it. He's like, the YouTuber face, you got to do it. Like, you got to play the algorithm. You got to play the game.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're exactly not going to do that. Like.
Yeah, because money is great, but then you lose yourself. Like
when we get the RX-7 and we have it here and we're in where we're gonna go, I'm not gonna blow the bomb up on that yet. But we're there in the shop and we're doing a video and we're like, so we're gonna engine swap this thing. What do you guys think we should put into it? And then there's going to be a billion comments for LS or a Hellcat swapper. And then the next video, we're going to start with it. And we're like, all right, so this is the most what you guys wanted. We're going to do the exact opposite of that because we don't give a shit what you want. This is our car. We're going to put this motor in it.
Yeah, that's basically like what you just got to do. You just got to, because that's the thing, you can pander to the fans all you want, but like at the end of the day, it's your car. You have to fucking drive it.
And like you said, money's cool, and it opens doors, and you could do cool things. I mean, like, both Rob Dom and Hoonigan are doing things with the IndyCar engines, which I would like to do. I would like to have a Chevrolet IndyCar engine, from...
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sell my soul to get one.
No, it's just not worth it.
Because, like, putting it in a car, it would be incredibly difficult, because it... Too long, didn't read, too much to explain.
Oh yeah, no, it's too much work. But yeah, here. So like this is the one I've been looking at for that. It was if I do go with that RX-7, which it's looking more like that. I mean, obviously that 6 hours when I go to Tokyo in literally a month. So I'll get 6 hours of the R32 GTR, which when they changed that over to the R34's RB26, that so that'll be neat. But yeah, if that's really great, then I'll look into that. But the R32s are actually really expensive. Like, really expensive. Like,
yeah,
upwards
are expensive.
Like, upwards of, like, 50 grand.
That is the import internet hype tax. So this...
Yeah. So the only thing I don't like about that one is the body kit all over it. I fucking hate...
The front bumper is not bad, but it isn't fitted well. There's some abnormal panel gap with the fender, and whatever the fuck they got going on like the back bottom of the fender, that AutoZone looking ass body.
Oh yeah.
Like, what is... That's not even functional. You just added plastic to your fender to make it bigger. But the rest of the side skirt isn't bad. The spoiler's tasteful. The rear, you know.
I mean, I don't like that spoiler. I'd like the third generation FD-RX-7 spoiler.
You can always get one of those. It's still fucking got holes for it in the deck plate that they didn't fill in. Yeah, the splitter, or not the splitter, the fucking... The diffuser on the back isn't too bad either. I like
it's
the not real carbon fiber. I don't think it's carbon fiber, but it is at least done better than the rest of the body kit.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like that's 30 grand. If I have to spend 10 grand to go and get an OEM hood, get the spoiler back, and all that, like
this is beautiful though. This
the R32? Yeah, so it's 50 grand.
It's gunmetal gray, the most popular color, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
It's got everything right. Is that the original stereo in
it? It looks like it does. Pretty sure it does.
It's got the Japanese automatic toll thing. Keep that in there.
Oh, yeah. Because that's the thing. The one I sent you has no mileage listed, and that I don't want to buy a car that doesn't have a verified mileage. Like that's
got a nice
opening
cost.
Up. So I'd either go with that one or this one.
10 shock absorbers. It probably handles a little bit better than stock. Oh, and they're coilovers, and they look like they're adjustable, but there's surprisingly few interior pictures. Nope, aftermarket head unit. Looks like aftermarket pedals. But the stock gauge cluster and the stock gauges...
Yeah.
Those 3 gauges. The very important. It's got those.
Yeah.
And is the dash bubbled? Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit, but I mean, that's not terrible.
Yeah, so, there's a weird thing about it. This meeting will end in 10 minutes. The fuck it will. Shut up. Oh, this is beautiful. But that's a V-spec, and they're going to be... Whew.
I mean, it's been listed for a minute. That's the thing. Like, the only problem is I can't verify that it is until I see the VIN, because while it doesn't have the V-spec sticker on the back, that's this is a 30-year-old car.
Timer.
Like, it has those, it has the V-spec rims that they put on them that I really like on that color.
It does not have a V-spec steering wheel, I will say that.
Yeah. I mean,
the seats look right. It has a radio though, so I mean they didn't.
So I don't know if they did V-spec R32 wheels.
Yeah, they're the ones it has on it. The BBS 7.
No, like steering wheel. Steering wheel.
It should be the same as the Nismo steering wheel. It should be the what do you call it? The Momo looking steering wheel.
Which, I mean, that's fine, because I like the stock steering wheel anyways better, but just good.
Gross. It's bulbous.
I like it. It's great. But yeah, I don't see anything listed underneath, because like I'm looking at the V-Spec 2 and it has the stock.
Huh. Yeah, as much as the rest of the car looks like, you know, a
rough,
athletic trained boxer who spent all of his time sculpting out, you know, his physique for fighting, and then this stock ass steering wheel in it is just like jelly donut. I'm just like, yeah, it's out of place. That's the thing.
But besides that, like, that would be one I'd look at, because if it is an actual V-spec, that would be fantastic. And as much as I like the gunmetal gray, I like those rims on the white as well.
Yeah.
And for the V-specs...
White is the race car color, so...
Yeah.
They didn't make a lot in white, and also some of them that they did make ended up crashed. Because
probably a lot of them ended up crashed because people...
I've actually been thinking, even as much as I wanted, you know, the black Z28, you know, all black Camaro and everything, I'm, you know, dare to be different is me. I've actually been thinking about having it painted white. Yeah. That body style Z28 in white with, you know, the blacked out headlights and the black roof, the black badges, it looks really good. And also, it's already been repainted in black, at least the front end has, and they did a really, really bad job. There's black overspray on everything, and it looks like they used rattle cans and then buffed it, so it's smooth, it's alright, but, like, there's obviously no clear coat.
Yeah, it's definitely going to need a good paint job. Touch up, sand off what they messed up. And
again, it's not a collector piece. They're not particularly valuable right now. It's going to be a drag car. I'm going to race it and also drive it. So, you know, I don't care too much about, like, I'm going to have Mako paint it, you know. They did a fine job on the Corvette, and I'm sure that in 7 or 8 years, the Corvette will start to fade or, you know, crack or something. But by that time, I don't care. The car's got... You know, 1,100 drag strip passes on it by then. The paint's pretty fucked up anyway from the track. So, I repaint it again. By Mako, for cheap.
Yeah, they certainly do. A nice paint, like, nice cheap paint job.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Like, I think if you want to go and have, like, a car, you know, you do the badges for and all that, like, this would be, like, the sort of thing.
Yeah, this one is very well done.
Let me screenshot that. The actual people can see what we're looking at.
They can see what I'm looking at, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, they can see what I'm looking at in OBS.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because...
it is a nice white Spirit R Type A RX-7.
Yeah.
Real carbon fiber hood. Real nice wheels, not knockoff wheels, so they won't break on a track day. Functional.
Well, that's the thing. The car, if you go to the near the very end, right after it shows the Spirit R.
Seats.
Yeah. So if you go after the Spirit R badge that shows off, it actually was used in a Tsukuba time attack challenge in 2018.
I wonder where it placed.
That I don't know. I've tried looking, and I've seen other RX-7s. I didn't see that one, though. But just the fact that it has them.
Like, the time attack track in Japan.
So, like, it is a very neat piece. I don't personally want to buy it because, one, it doesn't have... They've stripped out the interior to make it a race car, and I'm not looking for a race car. I have an RX-7.
I mean, why not? They make excellent race cars.
Yeah, but I want to make this into a comfortable car.
Oh, there's so many fucking auxiliary electrical things going on in that cockpit. Fuck that.
Yeah.
You don't need all that.
Yeah. There's a lot of shit going on because it makes sense.
Japan, like, hey, bro, you don't need all this shit. There's this thing called a race pack that does the same thing as all those things, and it'll fit inside your stock gauge cluster. Yeah.
So, like, it's very neat, I'll say, and it's very cheap. That's the cheapest one. I think there's only one other one. That's about like $6,000 more. And honestly, even that one.
It's funny that we're talking about cheap Mazdas that are almost $60,000. That's like brand new Escalade money for an old Mazda.
Well, yeah, these are...
Oh, it's about what it is, though. Yeah, you know what it is? It's an old Mazda. A lot of it's going to break. Like,
oh, yeah, no. The only reason you buy this kind of car is because it's Spirit R. Like, this is the one. This is the second cheapest one. It's priced just above the other one.
Yeah,
but
that's truth in engineering. That's the plaque right there.
Yeah. So like, it's beautiful. I don't like the red leather. I fucking hate red seats.
Well, it's faded and it, it's been worn, and Japanese people fucking smoke, so that car's probably been smoked in.
But like, that's the Spirit R gunmetal gray with those fucking nice BBS rims that they made for it.
It is great, but it's not. I wouldn't call that gunmetal. I would more call that silver. Didn't they call that like Millennium Silver or some shit?
I don't remember.
What year is this?
That is a 2002.
2002 Mazda Gray.
Titanium gray. Sorry.
Silver gray. Fine line.
But like, then you look at the other one they have, which is the Type A, which is my favorite one. So it's also the titanium gray. It has those BBS rims.
Why is the Type A your favorite? Is it the rims and those wheels?
No, because all three of them have...
It's got the same bride seats as the other one, which I believe.
Negative. No, these are Recaros. These are Recaros, and what makes these different is that green right there, you can see, that's carbon fiber.
Ooh.
So
I was going to say, I've seen incredibly similar seats on eBay for $300 a set that don't say Recaro, and I was like, I'll get some for the Camaro. Fuck it. It's going to need seats anyway, because you get to run as fast as I'm going to run. It's going to need 5-point harnesses.
Oh yeah.
Stock seats don't accommodate 5-point harnesses, so I need to get seats anyway. And it's actually Corbeau makes really nice red seats, almost like that with brackets specific for 4th gen Camaros, and they fit almost like stock. So I'd still have plenty of headroom, even though I'm not tall. But yeah, headroom, legroom would be good. It would be almost like a stock seat, but it's equipped to take 5-point harnesses.
Yeah, damn. There you go. Yeah. That's basically all you want.
I know, right? I can do white car. It's not gonna have back seats. I could do the red bucket seats.
Oh yeah.
Less than 1 minute upgrade to Pro. Can you fuck off? We're not upgrading shit.
So before we go and we stop, and then we'll restart. That way we can keep doing this. The main difference is the Type A has these seats, the bucket seats with the carbon fiber. Yeah. The B,
real ones, not eBay plastic ones.
I don't think I have it pulled up anymore. So the B has full front and back seats, and they're made of leather, and like basically the whole thing's leather. And then the Type C is automatic. So the main thing is though that even though the Spirit R it's supposed to push 280 horsepower. The 280 horsepower is mainly from it. You basically redline it. But in the automatic, you're not going to get that. So they go and they rate the automatic for about...
Damn it. Shut up, fucking laptop fan. Hey, I'm going to grab a drink because I'm coughing a lot. I'll be back in 1 second because the fridge is right there.
That's fine. You got to go and do screen sharing again at some point.
No.
All right, so while he's gone, how's everyone doing? I actually don't have Skype or Twitch pulled up, so I had to see if anyone's even watching.
My noisy fart noise couch. So yeah, at this point I'm just waiting to test negative so that I can go back to work at a place where I don't like to work.
Well, yeah, that's fine. It happens.
Anyway, what I was going to say before we were so rudely interrupted by Zoom, fuck you, Zoom.
Good times.
The important distinction with that horsepower is that when they're rating that horsepower, that is a measurement at the crankshaft of that horsepower.
Yes, and also...
Yeah, it's an engine dyno reading. That is not the engine in the car with a belt drive and a water pump and everything. That's the engine with an electric water pump running, On a Dodge, no accessories.
Also, that 280 horsepower on the manual is part of the gentleman's agreement, where every automaker realized cars are getting too fast for people to reliably and safely drive them, so they rated them all basically for around 276, give or take like 10.
Yeah, it's 276 horsepower, but over there they use like PS, which I think is pascals or something. So you'll see like 276 HP parentheses 280 PS.
Yep. So, which is great, but it really doesn't tell you much. I mean, now with it being those cars being a good 30 years old, you actually probably are getting about 280. But even so, that's still a good bit for a car like that. Like,
well, it's just the horsepower race of late, and you know, Fiat Chrysler hellcatting everything because they refuse to invest in technology, and fucking no shortage of 1,000 horsepower whatever hypercars available.
Yeah.
We think we need a lot more horsepower than we do to do things. Like,
it's.
No, like
not at all.
Like, okay, NASCARs are heavy. Well, they're not as heavy as they used to be, but they've always been heavy. Anyway, but in the 80s, Bill Elliott ran a 212 mile per hour lap at Talladega in ostensibly what is like a 3,700 pound Ford Thunderbird with like steel body, fucking steel chassis, everything's welded, full cage, right? Heavy. Not I mean, aerodynamics play a factor, but like Ford Thunderbird, not the most aerodynamic thing.
No.
4 big square headlight buckets right on the front.
Yes.
Anyway, he did that realistically with like probably 700 horsepower in a very heavy vehicle with ridiculous gears, because NASCAR gears and they're only allowed to have 4 speeds. Well, until this year, where it's the new gen car throwing everybody for a loop. It's 6 it's a lot of gears. Shit's different than it used to be, and I only know how it used to be. Which reminds me, I'm so sick of modern racing games and their lack of features and how shit they are. I've been playing NASCAR Dirt to Daytona from 2002 because it's a fantastic game. It holds up. It still looks pretty good. It doesn't have the Boost series in it. It's only got dirt tracks at Fairgrounds, which is the lower tier series, presented by Dodge, because NASCAR was whoring to Dodge when they came back. And then the modified tour, which I love modifieds. Dear Lord, if I ever end up in a position where I can enter like the Featherlight modified tour, I'm going to. I'm probably going to be horrible, but I'm going to have so much fun. Anyway.
I mean, that's all it's about, is having fun, and But, I mean, that whole thing is just about, basically racing games are just nowhere near what they were before, because nowadays you look at the big ones. So you got the Forza Motorsport, which is essentially just Xbox's version of Gran Turismo. You got Gran Turismo, which is, don't get me wrong, it is great. It looks very beautiful. Not really what I want, though.
Gran Turismo looks beautiful. However, there's never been realistic damage modeling. The exhaust sounds of all of the vehicles, specifically any American V8, has always been notoriously dog shit. Like, what the sound guy used to make all these engine sounds? Just one vacuum cleaner and a bunch of filters. Like, probably. Anyway.
It's a Dyson.
Yeah. It's Dyson Super Vortex. Whatever the fuck Dyson makes. But anyway.
And then you got Forza Horizon, which is essentially has so much potential, but the problem is they literally start you off with hypercars, and it's like, I don't feel like I'm working for anything when you literally give me one of the fastest cars in the world.
Yeah.
For just playing.
It is like, it's a racing game for like YouTube Minecraft streamers.
Yeah. Like, it's great for...
Virtual of possible fans want this game. I only liked it a little bit because like it's open world. It's like, I've got 1,000 horsepower Ford Raptor. Like, where do you want to drive that? Like, off-road, on the road? I don't know, over hills, through trees and shit? Like,
just do fun shit.
But it wears off.
At the end of the day, it gets really tiring. There's not a whole lot to it. And then you look at, like, Need for Speed Heat, which I had so much hype for, but then I found out about the whole, what is it, that adrenaline sort of, I want to go and basically slow time because I'm a fucking,
you're fast.
I have superpowers.
Nitrous vision?
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't, and then the cops are just so over the top.
I need to blame Vin Diesel and the Fast and Furious franchise for a lot of the downfall of car culture as a whole, and also racing video games specifically, because after that first movie came out, there were so many bad racing. Remember Juiced?
Oh, yeah.
Juiced was a big piece of shit racing game.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow a sequel got greenlit. Juiced 2, Hot Import Nights, which was nothing like Hot Import Nights, which, by the way, is a big piece of shit compared to, like, I don't know if you're old enough to remember. Do you remember Nopi?
Yeah.
The Nopi festivals with the smiley face dude with the dreads? Nopi was the shit. They had foam pits, they had hot girls, there was always a bikini contest. There was, like, legit the first Fast and Furious movie style airport drag racing going on at, like, Nopi events. Nopi events were the shit, and they just don't exist anymore.
I mean, that's a lot of those things, though.
Yeah.
The times have changed, and unfortunately people have...
The times, they are changing.
Like, I love equality and all that, but at the same time, everyone pushes for equality, and it just ruins everything.
Well, equality is cool, but, like, you know, not equality of, like, outcome. Like, you can't make sure everybody finishes the same, you know?
Yeah, that's how you end up with participation trophies.
Yeah. Equality of opportunity, though. Hey, everyone can come, and, you know, whoever built the best car and is the best driver will win.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, you had those, you had... Oh, God. I can't think of the name of it right now.
Pull that shit up, Jamie.
So let's see. Yeah, you had Juice. You had a few of those midnight clubs, which were, I don't know. Couldn't get them
in the moment at the time.
Yeah, it was great.
Right, because it was Rockstar Games, and you know they were kind of different and out there, and you know a lot of conservative white people didn't like them because of the Grand Theft Auto games, so it made it cool to be a kid and like Rockstar Games and play their games.
Yeah.
But looking back, you know, the company they've become, I guess they were kind of always gonna become coming from those roots. I mean, they're just no innovation, no creation, just money. I mean, you have an entire generation of Grand Theft Auto games built with the exact same engine and resources, and it's like, oh yeah, they really never did innovate or anything.
No, especially not in the last decade.
Yeah.
Where they're still milking the same thing.
Well, LA Noire was cool, and it was different, and it, you know.
But yeah, you looked at... Because, back in... If you look at the 2000... Or the PS2 era, where you had Ford Racing off-road.
Yeah. Oh, there was a really shitty racing game I had that I played the fuck out of.
There's your Juice.
Ford versus Chevy.
Okay, yep, sounds about right.
NASCAR 08, that's like the worst NASCAR game ever. Tokyo Extreme Racer, which is an arcade game very similar to Ridge Racer.
Yeah.
So we talked about Forza and the open world thing. Test Drive Unlimited did open world racing across multiple terrains way before Microsoft ever envisioned Forza.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you had that. You also had, that was the game I was thinking of, The Crew, which got a sequel.
Motorcycles, Race to the Rally.
Yeah, that's why I got a 33. But yeah, Ford Bold Moves, Street Racing, like...
Yeah,
there's
a lot of D- and F.
Outrun, which...
Outrun's always been what it is.
Yeah.
Hummer.
It features a choice of 15 cars. That's a PS2, like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, Midnight Club 3, Dub Edition, Most Wanted, which that ruined those M3s because then everybody wanted that M3.
Yeah. So LA Rush, what I remember about LA Rush is that the trailer looked really cool and that they put specifically that blue and white 69 Camaro on the cover because like Too Fast, Too Furious had like finally reached that point where like it wasn't in theaters anymore and like it started to get shown on like the USA Network. So like, poor-ish people with basic cable finally saw it and saw that white '69 Camaro in it. So that's why they put that there. Street Racing Syndicate.
Yeah,
oh,
Corvette.
I've played that game. Not good.
Oh yeah, that's why I got 57. But yeah, no, I remember that game. That was awful. Yeah, there was a few gems, but there was a lot of crap.
Super Trucks Racing I had and enjoyed, and I still have a version of Super Trucks Racing for the PlayStation 4, which I haven't turned on in 2.5 years. NASCAR Thunder 2004, I have that game as well. It's a real toss-up between, is that the best career mode, or is Dirt to Daytona the best career mode?
Oh, wow. Big mother truckers.
Oh, that game was so shit.
I know.
Of it as a kid, just because, like, fucking, when you're a kid, like, you don't have $60 to, like, go buy a new game. So, like, anytime you're at the mall with your parents, you end up at GameStop and you're like, this game's only like $7. Can I get this, Mom? She's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And
just to kind of shut you up.
You play your $7 Big Mother Truckers for like a week and a half, and then you're like, why the fuck am I doing this to myself? And I was like, what am I going to go outside? No.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah.
NASCAR Thunder 03 that had Dale Jr. on the cover, that cursed him, actually, because the next year was his very best shot at winning a championship ever. I mean, following the late fall Talladega race, he had the points lead, like, by quite a bit. Test Drive, that game was pretty okay for a PS2.
Yeah. That was the one I would definitely take.
The loading screens, it would let you play Pong.
Jesus, I don't remember that.
In the loading screens while it loaded whatever it was doing next.
Wow, there you go. 18-wheeler? Get behind a 60-foot, 20, wow.
That
doesn't sound
longer than that and heavier than that now.
Oh, wow, I never knew that. A driven fucking video game? Yeah, no wonder.
They made a driven video game for the PlayStation 2. I have to find an ISO of this and emulate the driven video game.
Yeah, that sounds absolutely terrible.
So, listen, specifically from that era of kart, which is what those cars were, even though in the movie they were pretending that they were Formula One cars, which really they were Indy cars that weren't Indy cars because Indy Racing League and kart split in the 80s, and there were two series, and those were kart cars. Championship auto racing teams. But there are like no kart games from that time except for that one right there, Kart Fury Championship Racing. It was not good. It earned that 58. But yeah, I'd be interesting to see some gameplay of the driven video game. I hope somehow they had enough budget to get Sylvester Stallone to do any lines at all in that video game.
What do you mean? They probably just used like scenes from the movie.
Yeah, just not even like rendered cut scenes or in engine, nothing. Just, we're going to play a movie. It's a clip from the movie.
They could only use Sylvester Stallone's likeness, though. They couldn't get Burt Reynolds to sign on.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds wouldn't sign on, so he'll be a default character they made up who's not even in a wheelchair. Stallone won't be Stallone. He'll be a really badly rendered, Dollar General looking ass Sylvester Stallone replica. Just close enough that it's trying to be him, but also copyright safe, so they can't sue.
Yeah,
yeah, the only person who signed on to endorse and is part of the game and is in engine rendered and lended voice line would be Till Schweiger, because he can barely speak English.
Yeah, he doesn't know what those contracts say. He just signed it.
Yeah, right. How did we end up on this tangent to begin with?
I
was talking about.
Oh yeah.
Right, those career modes. So if you could take the career progression of Dirt to Daytona,
yeah,
up until you landed that cup ride and got to the cup level, and then it became NASCAR Thunder 2004's career mode, where it's like, hey, you got to buy a fuckload of upgrades for your shop and invest in good people, and you got to develop an engine program, and you got to figure out aerodynamics and like build.
Yeah, like that would be fantastic.
It would be amazing. I don't know anything about computers or video games, so I can't make that happen. But some talented person out there, I would love it if the fan-made game. I don't care if it's the 2003 NASCAR season. That's fine with me. I can drive my favorite NASCAR ever, Steve Parks #1 Pennzoil. Love that fucking car. It's the best looking car ever. Not debatable. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a relentless Pennzoil shill. I drove that car so much as a child in all the NASCAR games I played with my brother. I usually beat him because I was a little bit better at figuring out drafting and handling setups than he was. We were both pretty good at it, though. So there's a couple different mechanics you can figure out in like NASCAR Thunder 2004 to completely break the game, specifically at like our favorite type of tracks, which was restrictor plate tracks, so the huge tracks where they do like 200 miles an hour. And we figured out that there's a feature in the game where you can like lock onto the car ahead of you and like share draft, and you can, instead of going like 186 miles an hour, just like ugh.
Yeah, see, that's the best livery.
Hold on, let me look. That is a Chevy Lumina. The Chevy Lumina is that era of NASCAR. Those are the best looking, best racing race cars. But if you put in Steve Park Pennzoil, you'll see that is the best looking NASCAR ever. And I'm not just saying that because I am a relentless Pennzoil whore. I am a Pennzoil brand shill. I have 2 Pennzoil model cars painted waiting for decals sitting on the... Yeah. Oh, no, that one. You can't see where I'm pointing. The first one. Yep. That was
the small one?
No, the big one. That... Even down one and to the right one, it would be a good picture of it. I think that's a die cast, but that goes to show. I think that was when the team first started and Dale Sr. started his Cup program with Steve Park. That was the original Pennzoil livery, was that yellow roof number with the red outline. And at that point, I think it was 98 or 97. So the Monte Carlos had headlight decals in NASCAR, but they didn't have taillight decals, so there are no taillights on the back of that car. Yeah, but that is the best looking NASCAR. And again, I don't even care if it's old shit. Like, I would prefer it to be old shit because the old drivers in the early 2000s who were, veterans in the season by then, and some of the rookies even coming up then who are old guys now,
had personality
and character, and they didn't care about smiling for the cameras and saying all the right things and being a Jimmy Johnson clone. It was... Jimmy Spencer punched Kurt Busch in the face. Like he walked... He was on camera and he knew it, and he walked over to the car and he was yelling. He was like, "Get out of that car! Get out of that fucking car!" And he didn't get out. So he was taking his helmet off and shit, but he wasn't going to get out of the car because he was afraid of Jimmy Spencer. And he just went, BAM! And knocked him right in the fucking nose. Yeah. And again, Jimmy Spencer won, 3 races in his entire career. One of them for Junior Johnson. I think one of them for Chip Ganassi. I think
that was...
2. I don't know.
I would say that's the same though for all sports, so...
Yeah.
Everybody's cut and paste now. It's boring.
Well, everybody's so afraid of cancel culture and being disliked on Twitter by 4 real people and 700 bots. Man, I agree with Dave Chappelle. I don't give a fuck because Twitter's not a real place.
Yeah. Well, I would say it was like the downfall was definitely been like the last 20 years, but I would say probably that whole Colin Kaepernick or whatever. Like, dude took a knee and I was like, okay. Yeah, he took a knee. Like, that's
the way he probably could have protested something.
Yeah, and then everyone shit on him for it. I was like, really? That's where you're like, that's where you're fucking
shitting on him for that. So he had always made clear, he's like, look, it wasn't even like that he kneel, because he wouldn't stand for the national anthem for like a whole season before that. He would just sit on the bench or like sit on a chair. Like, he wouldn't stand up for it. And then nobody paid any attention to it while he was doing it. He was always doing it to protest like police brutality and crimes against minorities, which we have a systemic oppression of minorities in this country, and anyone who says otherwise is a bootlicker.
It's probably white.
Yeah. Almost exclusively, they're going to be white and a conservative, and they're going to be like, Orange is my president. Anyway.
Yeah. Which, that whole thing's funny because of what just happened.
Oh, yeah, the Mar-a-Lago raid. But anyway,
before
we get to that, we're going to finish what we were talking about. Anyway, finally a reporter asked him one day, like, hey, why don't you ever stand up for the national anthem? And he explained it, and she's like, oh, that's kind of disrespectful. You could come up with, like, a better way to protest that peacefully, maybe something that would, like, get you more notice. So he's like, yeah, I probably could, actually. And he came up with taking the knee, which is fine. Do you take a knee when a player gets hurt and they're injured out and everything, you know? And it reminds me of a really funny Patrice O'Neal story that I'll tell after we're done with this rambling. I'm going to put a pin in that and hopefully not forget it. But, and then, you know, one or two wrong people were watching ESPN one day and saw fucking, I don't know, Skip Bayless's country fried ass talking about whatever. And I say country fried ass not because he's country, because he looks like he's been dropped into a deep fryer for a little too long. And, and then, you know, conservatives got up in arms and Fox News decided to be like, he says he hates the troops. Like, that's not anything about it. It was never or the flag. But they're like, we're a platform. We're changing the narrative. This is what we say it's about now, not you anymore.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why you just don't ever watch the news, because that it just pushes it what their agenda is.
Cable in like 11 years. And I'm totally fine never watching TV again. The only time I watch TV is when I watch NASCAR races and basketball games on YouTube TV.
Yeah.
And even then, it's not network TV.
Yeah.
It's YouTube TV. They're playing Google Analytics ads. They're not playing CBS's ads that they got money for. Like, no.
Yeah, no. Basically, the only people that actually watch it are on one side of the political and above a certain age, where in their time, news would just go and put out the news of the day, you know, in a actual way.
It's like that
but now
Anchorman where he's like, wait, guys, we could just make it up. We could just make up the news, and then they all decide they can.
That's basically how it goes. It's whatever, you know, gets people to go and like watch your channel. So
feelings are powerful, and anger is probably the most powerful one. And there's a lot of evil people behind the shadows trying to weaponize anger and emotion to suit their ends.
Yeah, that's
why
I'm over here. Nope, don't watch the news because I'm much happier.
Yeah. The only flag we're ever going to fly outside of the warehouse is probably my big pirate flag that I'm looking at right now. So it's hanging up on that wall. And I don't know, maybe like a gay pride flag or like the BLM flag or something.
Yeah, something like that. You know, supportive of other people, but not putting other people down because...
Oh, dude, meme flags. We would fly meme flags for sure. Also,
like
inside the shop, they were definitely...
Some dick butt.
Oh, yeah, dude, dick butt flag? That'd be on the pole. We're going to have a flagpole. I hope you know that. Like, the warehouse project is going to be what it is. It's going to be sort of hoonigan-like in that there's this compound where we all work, but also, like, we live there. But it's not going to be like a graffitied, shitty Long Beach warehouse like theirs. I'm going to try to make it look as close to, like, the facilities of, like, a 1990s NASCAR Cup team as I can. Like, if you Google images like Robert Yates Racing, or no, that's not a good one because their building's ugly. I don't know. Google 1990s Cup team photos. Or, I don't know. Anything where you can get a good picture of, like, the facility with the hauler out front. And nope, not what I meant. How about 1990s NASCAR? Because when you put in Cup, I think you get some soccer shit.
That is exactly what you get.
I wasn't even talking about inside, because inside's going to be kind of a free-for-all, because we're going to, like, build apartments inside this warehouse and also sort of have a shop space and a studio for podcasts and things, but, like...
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, if we go and we get some cheap land, and then build on it, and then we can basically do whatever we want.
Let me look what I'm looking up for, and also let me figure out how to screen share.
And it's at the bottom. It's next to participants and chat and then screen share.
No.
I mean, I can see your thing. I'm on Twitch. Yeah, I could. I was on Twitch. So, yeah, I can see your whole screen on Twitch. So, but, yeah, it's fine. We got time.
Oh, fuck it. I'll just put in fucking...
Yeah, you are not fine.
God damn it. I just fucking... There's a girl dude on YouTube who I watch because, number one, his girlfriend's really hot, and also he builds cool stuff and he loves old NASCAR, called Stapleton42. And he did, like, a whole tour of, like, old race shops and shit. Yeah. Beautiful inside. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of... Yeah, something like that.
That's going to be our production line of our replica cars that people want to buy. I think that's the Wood Brothers there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We could definitely buy some prefab sort of warehouses that just get them to line up like one after the other on a long strip. But
what pictures of the outside, damn it. Oh, fuck it. Let's just go with the most impressive race shop that ever existed. Jesus Christ.
You are
the Garage Mahal, Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. Yeah. Big, beautiful building.
That's basically like a fucking nice White House with that's a little too big for us, though. That's a multi-billion-dollar building.
Oh, yeah, it was the best of the best, like, when they built it. Oh, fucking, I know a great photo. There's a great photo of him, in front of the race shop, which has this nice facade and everything, and it looks pretty. It's a stone building and all that, but inside, like, it's just a shop.
And that'll do the job.
There's another great photo of him running out of time. Fuck off. We're not running out of shit. Yeah, anyway. Why is it doing this time limit shit? Because it didn't do this the last time we talked for like 2.5 hours the last time we did one of these, and it at no point warned us about a time limit.
I don't think we used Zoom.
What did we use before? Was it Skype? No, it was Zoom. It was definitely Zoom because I remember this. Like, if you pull up our old, or like the last video we did, where we did one of these, like Story Time with Turks, it's you and me, and it's this exactly. Although I think I was over here and you were over there.
Oh, nice. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Definitely have time to go and fuck around with it. Like, bringing this whole conversation back to the start of why we started today's episode was I'm not going to have kids, so that I'll leave money for fun things.
I'm probably not going to have kids either. It's something it's not that I'm opposed to having kids. I would have kids. It's just I don't think I'll ever meet someone who I trust enough to raise a human being that's half me.
That's totally fair.
Isn't working, you know?
Yeah. Because that's the thing is going and getting married is giving up your freedom and all that. And being a parent is giving up your own person because you're a parent.
When you become a parent, you kind of surrender a large part of your identity into now who I used to be doesn't exist anymore. Now this thing I've created is primary caretaker, and I always will be, and that's my responsibility in life. And
so that's the thing is
my responsibility in life is to build cool stuff and do dumb shit with my friends. Which sounds immature, but I've been married. It didn't work out.
And I mean, that's the thing. There's nothing wrong with being selfish. It would be more of a problem if you realized it too late. Like you had a kid and you're like, damn, I don't want this.
Hit and I, divorced someone, abandoned my kids, and ran off in a red Corvette with a stripper. That was selfish and irresponsible. I'm not even going to end up in that situation. I'm going to hopefully have a speedboat and a race shop and a bulldozer to make more cool shit. We're going to have a racetrack, I hope.
I was going to say a killdozer?
No. Probably a Caterpillar bulldozer, but not to killdozer, just to, clear land and build, the shooting range for Tanner and the guys, and then, I'd like to build a circle track just for me, and so that we could have fun on it, because, racing is difficult, and you and me are into racing in cars and stuff, and Miller a little bit too, but, not all of us in the group are, our race car driver. So it'd be cool to have a dirt circle track that we could I don't know, buy 10 Lincoln Town cars and just go to town on the dirt track racing each other and spinning each other out and shit. And it's well, what about safety? You need roll cages? Dude, they're 90s Lincoln Town cars. They don't go fast enough for us to hurt each other.
It's fine. No.
We're on Carolina clay. It's all slippery. We're going 45 miles an hour in the corners. It'd be all right.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. Definitely, once we get enough savings and all that kind of stuff built up, we can go and build tracks, go and build fucking place we can go a straightaway for drag racing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Circle track, and drag strip.
Be close enough to the
a road course with elevation changes and neat corners, because we are going to have to test run all of these cars that we build, hopefully for customers.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If we do get far enough along, I would like to, at least give them, the people that would be buying our cars, the opportunity to drive them.
Yeah, you want to fly out to the factory that we also live in? Just take laps on our test track?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'd like to have a spare guest room. That way people can stay there if they want.
Yeah.
So, but that's a little bit off.
It's going to be a lot of lumber and hammer and nails, but big enough warehouse, we can build, an apartment.
Yeah.
Multiple apartments inside of the warehouse that were as big as the apartment we used to live in.
Yeah.
And it's not even going to be oh man, we all got to live in this one apartment. No, dude, I built 4 of them. Fucking, you got a 2-bedroom apartment all to yourself with a kitchen and a bathroom and a living area. It's relax.
I mean, it'll probably only be me and you staying there because all the other guys kind of have their own thing, but
we don't know.
It definitely would be
happen. I mean, it'd always be nice to have extra space available for I don't know, in the event
people will stay over.
Something does happen, people stay over.
Yeah, they drank too much or whatever.
Yeah, but like you said, the customer has flown in and wants to stay there and see the operation and test drive a car and watch me weld shit and screw in bolts.
Yeah, something like that. So, but yeah, that'll be 2026, give or take a little bit.
Can't wait to see what the car landscape is like then, because I've seen in watching a lot of podcasts and videos about cars, there's a lot of people who do what we want to do, but also they're doing it with really niche vehicles, and they're incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
Now, again, what we talked about, like a track-ready Ferrari 308, Ferrari F40, Ferrari 288, Ferrari Daytona, Ferrari Testarossa bodied kit car with a Mercedes V12 and 6 speeds that would fully
you can go and do
suspension and a fuel cell and a cage, ready to rock, probably do 200 miles an hour if we get it right, like for 40 grand.
Yeah,
you can't make what that is for that money, you know.
No.
Lord knows you'll never get a real any of those Ferraris for 40 grand.
No, not unless it was in a cube.
That you would then willingly do the kind of stuff we're going to do with those cars with them.
Yeah. So that's the thing. Like at this point now, we're past the point of being able to really buy cars until the market crashes, which we have talked about.
Sorry,
but even then, if the market does crash, it's still everything that most people would want, like the Countach and all that. There's less and less of them every year. At Goodwood, they just crashed a 962 Porsche,
which is a shame because those are fantastic, phenomenal race cars. But again, we're gonna build a kit car one of those. Like,
yeah, that's the thing. Like kit cars,
962, but it's gonna be a fucking real race car that looks like a 962.
Yeah. And that's the thing is a 962, the old ones, they don't have a lot of the creature comforts, AC and all that, because they're trying to say, wait, so if you get the replica, you can put AC in it, and it can be a nice car. You go on a daily drive. You really are crazy. But that's the thing. You go and you buy a Countach, and like, okay, you might, you could be a Hoovie, find the world's cheapest Countach. But
the world's cheapest Maybach, and it's incredibly broken, and I'm going to have my mechanic fix it, and that's going to be 7 more videos. That guy's...
But it's great, but like at the same time, how often are you realistically going to daily that? Who's going to go and be like, you know what, I'm going to put fucking 300 miles on it this week. I'll put another in that'd be 13,000 miles this year. Like, you're not going to do that to an old actual Countach. Like a replica? Sure. Who cares?
I think we have about 30 seconds till we got to call again.
That's fine. Might as well just end it.
Yeah.
Start over.
I'll call you. The hell?
Alright. But yeah, that's the thing is it's great to have an original, but at the same time most of the people with originals don't drive them. They go and they have them in their little warehouse because they're so fucking rich, and it's great. Like, it's cool. I love looking at those kind of things.
I keep it stored in my hangar under a cupboard. I have a man come maintain it.
Yeah, like he rotates the tires and shit like that. Like, that's great.
When was the last time I've never driven it.
Like, when's the last time you looked at it?
Yeah.
When you have that many cars, you're not even looking at them. You might as well just have a fucking diecast. Like, that's great.
Really expensive, high-quality Japanese diecast models, like 18 scale.
Yeah.
$700 Ferrari Testarossa.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's just dumb. And nowadays, with cars going as they are, like, oh, we're going to go and we're going to make the world's coolest car. We're going to make 25 of them. Oh, yeah, to even buy them, to even pre-order them, you have to know me personally, like me, the CEO personally. We have to be on a first-name basis. It's like, that's fucking great.
You have to have bought 7 previous Ferraris in the past 15 years.
Yeah, never done anything to piss us off because, that's how Dead Mouse had to sell his.
Criticize the car or personalize it in any way.
Yeah, so it's like, that's great, man. You made better cars back when, you actually used a manual transmission.
Yeah, before Enzo died.
Yeah. So, it's great. I love the 812 super fast. I don't like the way it looks. I love the engine. It's a nice V12. That's great. It's 800 horsepower. I don't fucking need that.
Yeah, Ferrari has some really, beautiful cars now, and they look great, they sound great, I'm sure they perform phenomenally, and you could daily drive them, but also, when are you ever going to use all of that car except for on a racetrack? And even then, the people who buy those cars do not take them to racetracks.
No. What's the thing? They wouldn't, because it's... Here, do the screen share thing again.
Oh, yeah, shit.
So that's the thing, is a lot of them you ain't allowed to take them to fucking racetrack.
Yeah, so we won't let you. And then the flip side of that same coin, you can buy this car, but we're only going to let you drive it on a racetrack.
Yeah, is you don't own the car. We will ship it wherever you want, but when you're done driving at the track, we take it back. And it's that's fucking retarded. This is my car.
That's not very pretty. That looks vaguely like an Aston Martin.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Ferrari should be doing. I can see what
that's why I don't.
They were going for Daytona, but they didn't arrive at Daytona. These cars look dumb and like shit now.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't like where they've gone. They've gone there was a podcast that talked about it where the car makers basically in the 80s or 90s or whatever, and they talked about what do you like in this car? And it was basically a unanimous. We like the car to look aggressive. And we've hit that point now where everything just is aggressive for no reason. And it's that just looks stupid. I'm sorry. I don't like that.
Yeah, we're going to be different than other guys who build race cars. We're not sitting here making vintage 911s, but you know who we are like? We're really old Mosler. Remember the Consulier GT?
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't
I would say
a pretty or expensive or extravagant race car, but also that was a very effective race car.
Yes.
Yes. Quick.
I would even say race car, RCR, race car replicas, because they go and they do great replicas. They do the whole chassis, they do everything.
Yeah, man, that's great. Hey, I need the chassis and the body from you guys, and that's pretty much it. What about the?
Yeah, and that's.
Now I'm gonna make my own. Why?
Yeah, that's the thing.
I want to drive a 70s Le Mans car. I want to drive a modern car-ish, a modern enough car, with some late 80s, early 90s creature comforts.
And that's the thing. You can go and do that. They literally sell 962. And it's 40, 50 grand. That's fantastic. I'll take it. Because they're scale to scale.
Yeah.
It will basically be that. It's just they won't have the VIN. And you know what? That's fucking great.
They don't have VINs either. They just got chassis numbers.
Well, yeah. I mean, the street regal ones should have that.
All our chassis, I'm sure RCR stamps their chassis, so we won't stamp our chassis because it's their chassis that we're using for that. But also, we'll put our mark on it, and it's well, what are you going to use to power it? How are you going to get 962 performance? Dude, a stock GT2 RS came second in Pikes Peak this year. Without regular Porsche motor, pretty good.
Yeah, oh yeah, and that's the thing. It doesn't need to have a GT2 RS motor, pushing 600 horsepower.
Yeah, as long as it's set up right and you're driving it well, probably be fine.
Who's going to go and, get to use 600 horsepower on the road? This is a car I want to take on the road.
Yeah.
And if I can only get through second gear and it has 6 gears, I might as well just make it a 2-speed car.
Yeah, we're going to build 5 or 6 prototype style Le Mans IMSA race cars, and then we're going to road trip them across the country. That's an endurance test. We're going to cannonball them. We're not going to run on a track for 24 hours. We're going to drive them from fucking New York to Los Angeles.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing. That's why
to prove that we can. Also, probably a lot of fun. I like road trips. Who doesn't want to do a road trip in a race car?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll tell you after...
With lumbar support,
after I did my little trip in my Venom 550...
Your Hennessy Viper that you had You road tripped it through multiple states. That looks like your car.
Yeah, basically is.
Your car.
Yeah, because to everyone watching, I had for about two or so months, I had a Hennessy Venom 550, which is a first-gen Viper without, ABS, traction control, any of that shit, airbags, tuned up to 550 horsepower.
Yeah, no functional AC, windows that don't roll down.
You need
like hell. It's loud.
It did have AC, but that was about the only thing that really worked because you needed it because your feet were cooking with that side exhaust there. Like,
so funny story. After you left and I had to move that into my garage from the apartment where I was sitting, I didn't know the AC worked. So me and Will brought it all the way up here, just suffering. We didn't know the AC worked. I'm pretty sure I told the guy that bought the car when I sold it for you that the AC didn't work because I never knew that it worked.
Yeah, really? The only thing...
We're going to get like $5,000 out of that car because it's that working AC.
I mean, I figured you would have tried it. Yeah, the only thing that didn't work in it was the radio and the headlights because whoever went and did all the wiring went and did it wrong, so it melted.
It's a weird wiring mess. But you road tripped a Hennessy Viper from, Colorado Springs back to
Vegas.
To Seattle.
Well, no, I went to Vegas first.
I went to Vegas and then came back to Seattle with no headlights.
Yeah. Which, that was a great trip. Like, that's how you go and figure out, what you like and don't like about the car. And I loved it. It was great, but I wouldn't want to daily it ever again because it leaked and that could have been fixed, I'm sure, but also it had the heaviest motherfucking clutch of all time. Like, by the time I got home, my fucking left foot hurt. Yeah, it wasn't sore. It just hurt.
It was a plastic car with a V10 and a 6-speed. Of course, it had a heavy clutch, Kevin.
Oh yeah, no, but that's the thing. Like, it was fun, but definitely not something I want to do again.
Yeah, that first generation Dodge Viper is like a 1990s take on a pre-war Grand Prix car because it was just a big engine with side pipes and a transmission.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't built to be comfortable. It was built to run a kind of event like that, but also it was built with 90s technology, so it wasn't like a sheet metal or aluminum body and steel frame. It was mostly plastic because Chrysler, and it had some stuff.
Oh yeah,
and it had a fuel injected V10. It didn't have 10 fucking carburetors like an old Bugatti.
Yeah, plastic rattled.
It sure
basically
did.
The fucking e-brake was fucking massive and just in the way.
I never used it, so I don't even know if it worked. I do know
it did.
In an attempt to unfuck the wiring, I did unhook all of the stereo equipment and unwire all of that shit, the radar detector and everything. I unwired all that and removed it and left it all in the trunk. The guy who bought it, I told him, I was like, yeah, all that shit was hooked up. It's not hooked up anymore. You can hook it all back up if you really want like a period piece, to look right. But if not, you can throw that shit away because none of it's any good anymore.
Oh, yeah, no.
Someone in the 90s spent an absurd amount of money on that car. They bought it, which was already expensive. Then they had the Hennessy treatment done, which doubled the price of the car.
Yes.
And then they took it to whoever their local stereo shop was, and they were like, I want the most cutting edge 1996 stereo with a radar detector and a car alarm, and I don't know, do some fucky shit to my headlights, please. And then they did.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the whole thing with the headlights was they wired too much stuff to the same thing, so that just fried the fucking fuse.
Yeah, it fucked it up.
And it wouldn't be a problem if the fact that it's a Viper, so if you even take it to a Dodge dealership, they have to go and have a
Viper guy in from 4 states away, and in 2 weeks when he gets there to look at the car for 3 days, he's going to be like, it's fucked, I can't fix it, and then he's going to leave. And then the dealership's going to be like, that'll be $1,200, please.
Yes, because, it's nice because you don't have, some fucking high school kid, playing with your Viper at the same time. It's like, God damn, dude.
A Texas guy like me would be like, I think I could fuck with this thing.
Yeah, so, because that's the thing is, that was the only problem I was worried about was dropping off at a dealership to have them fix it and then it being joyridden and then going in... tuned Viper, and then they go and they get the snake bite when they try and drive it too fast, because that's a car that requires skill. Like, that's not anybody can get into it and drive.
And that's another thing about the kind of cars we're going to build. We talked about it earlier in this podcast. You can go buy 1,000 horsepower or whatever. You can go buy a brand new McLaren, and it'll baby you and take care of you, and you'll be the fastest driver on the track because the car's doing all the work with its sensors and all that bullshit. But our car will be fast, but also you got to know how to drive for our car to be fast because it's going to be pure analog. It's basically going to be like an F40 without the turbo lag. Because it's all going to be, displacement, large engines, and fast.
Yeah, so that's...
Be careful, getting on the gas slightly before the apex of a corner because you will kick the tail up because the car's going to have a lot of torque and there is no traction control. And if you panic brake, you're going to slide because there isn't any ABS.
Yeah, yep. That's the thing. Those sort of things are definitely a lot harder, but a lot more rewarding. From the older cars, because you have so much fun when you realize, like, damn, this car could kill me, but I'm having so much fun just driving it around.
You will lose weight at a track day in one of our cars because it's going to be a workout to drive.
Yeah, and that's the fun thing is you can drive a Ferrari Roma or whatever and pay $200,000. That's cool, man. How many people are going to look at you and like actually give a fuck? Maybe like 5. Probably other Ferrari owners.
Nobody's going to ask you like how fast have you gone or like what tracks have you driven at. They're going to be like, so what do you do? What are you in finance? Like that's not what car people should be talking about, man.
Yeah, that's the sort of shit. Like when you go and you drive like a 962, people going to ask you like, oh man, is this thing real? And it's like it's not real, but at the same time, I get to daily drive this.
Yeah. It's not real, but also I don't care about the paint on this because, it's
like
single stage paint, and if I scratch it, I can buff it out because they painted it nice and thick, It's normal. I can leave it sit outside. I don't need a garage. I can drive it 300 miles to a racetrack and then do a track day and then drive it home, and I don't have to worry about breaking down.
Yeah, you don't have to have a trailer. You don't have to have an AC-controlled garage. You don't have to worry about rock chips hitting it and, like, fucking up the paint.
Yeah.
Like, none of that. So that's the kind of stuff that a lot more people should be doing because that's...
Yeah, more people...
That's the sort of stuff you can do fun.
Yeah. More people should be doing this. Not enough people are doing this. I mean... From a business standpoint, I hope we're the only ones that do it, but also from an enthusiast standpoint, I hope that we inspire a new generation of car culture where no one cares about bubble value and pristine patina and bar and fine condition.
Yeah, VINs and all that.
Because I want to drive the shit out of that. Like, it's awesome to drive.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's the thing. A lot of people nowadays care about the VIN, if the numbers match on all the parts.
Service history, like, dude, I've been changing the oil for like 7 years. Like,
I'm not gonna go and take it to fucking whoever just to overpay them to change my oil. Yeah. Like, that's stupid.
Our cars are gonna be cool, but also like they're gonna be pretty simple. Like, I'm with you guys' help primarily like gonna be the one building them. Like, if I can build it, you can fix it in your garage. Like, you don't have to call us for tech support and be like, oh, it's doing this weird thing. I don't know. How do you remove the exhaust control? Like,
which was the...
Take them out, fucker pops off. Like,
What was that one-seater car? Shoot. That they make. The BAC Mono.
Yeah, it's not... We're not going to build
because that was
that. Because that's...
Well, no, because not even that, just from their business point, because the parts that they use aren't like their own. They go and they source them. But when someone goes and tries to source them, they'll go and block it. They basically pull some Ferrari ass shit where it's like, no, you need to have us, you send it out to you.
Part from that supplier. You have to buy that part from that supplier through us.
Yeah,
with your markup. Yeah, we're not going to do that.
Because that's the thing. Like, I like the car because I like that one-seater sort of look that you can take on the road and all that. But finding out about how shitty the customer service they are, it just defeats that just kills the car.
Oh yeah,
it can be beautiful.
They're going to come with an owner's manual, which is basically going to be a big 3-ring binder of, pictures of the build, me building it getting painted, probably me painting it too.
Yeah.
The material we put in it, what materials we used. Also, and the back pages. Here's an index of all your part numbers. You need to call it back. It's this part number. It comes from this. Go to AutoZone. Tell them you need this for this. They'll get you the right part.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you go and you do that sort of 3-ring binder of, hey, this is the build of your car. Yeah, this is how you fix your car.
For the engine. Here's your dyno sheet in the chassis.
Yeah. So, like,
here's our skill.
That's the stuff. Yeah, like, that's the sort of thing that people actually like. Because then it goes and shows, like, damn, these people actually cared.
Is this a mass-produced production car? Not mass-produced, no. They are hand-built, but also they're not... Well, I mean, to an extent, yeah, they are coach-built. If you call us and you want a car built, but you're like, hey, I don't want that engine, I actually want this one, like, okay.
Yeah, like that's the thing.
I'll weld motor mounts for that. We'll make it work. We'll figure out the geometry, and then we'll dyno that engine, and then we'll dyno that car with that engine, and then here's your binder with your number and fuck it, your name. I'll put your name on the cover sheet.
Yeah.
For John Doe, who wanted a fucking Testarossa-bodied Fiero with a V12 and a 6-speed and racing suspension and brakes and creature comforts.
Yeah.
That's the thing, like, it's a fucking Fiero. Like, okay, but, like, GM parts are cheap, and, like, you want functional AC and, like, a stereo that works and, like, windows that roll up and down. And, you want, like, you don't want to have to spend, like, $1,100 on, like, a power seat motor if it goes out.
Yeah, that's the thing, because if you went and you built all these off like a BMW, like, that would just be a shit show.
BMW partners with BMW parts control and sourcing, like, no. Dude, 11 different third-party companies make all of the parts I plan to use. The rarest part of, like, the cars we're going to build is probably going to be, like, the Mercedes V12s that we're going to rebuild.
Yeah.
It's like they're a Mercedes V12, but also they're an old, mass-produced, unload, very cheap Mercedes V12.
Yeah.
But they're also a really good V12.
Oh, yeah.
Because this same V12 that was in all these consumer cars got a cam swap and then got put in the Pagani Zonda.
And that's the sort of thing that makes people go and like, oh, damn. Like, if you go and you say, like, yeah, it's this Mercedes, and then you say, like, in a subnote, like, also utilized in this car, like, that's the sort of thing that people would definitely be like, oh, shit. Because not a lot of people are going to know that Mercedes engine was used in the Zonda.
Or they're not even probably going to know it's a Mercedes engine. They're just going to know it's a V12.
Yeah.
I mean, if they flip it to the back of the index and they look at part numbers, they're like, oh, okay, this is Mercedes part numbers. Okay. You don't even need to go to a Mercedes dealer. You can buy these parts on Rock Auto. Like, I bought them on Rock Auto when I built the car. Because they were cheap.
Yeah. So.
What do you mean because they were cheap? What about quality? Like, look, do you want to pay $170,000 for a kit car, or do you want to pay like $36,000 for a 200-mile-an-hour track day?
Oh yeah, that's
that you can drive because you're not worried about it.
Yeah. Just because cars are fucking, especially Testarossas nowadays, are ridiculous.
If you're not a .com millionaire, you're never gonna have a Testarossa.
Yeah. So. And that's the thing is...
Unless you're like retirement age and you've got a considerable amount of savings and you decide to waste it on that.
Like, it's just not true.
Yeah.
That's the thing. By that...
Viper from had a Testarossa.
Yes, he did.
Got a Testarossa, so his wife made him sell his Viper.
Yep. Yeah, that dude had a bunch of other things, too. That dude had a 996.2 Porsche Turbo... Gosh, what else did he have? He had...
Oh, shit, I remember you showing me.
He had a Murcielago.
Yep,
he had a...
What was the truck he had? It wasn't a Lightning. It was some ridiculous big truck.
It was a Chevy something.
Oh, yeah. It was like a vintage square body Suburban. Fully restored. That's another ridiculous...
And then he had an El Camino. He had some kind of SL fucking Mercedes. He had... C5 Corvette. He had a
C5 are like $15,000 now.
Oh yeah, he had a 850. I don't know if it was an I, CI, or CSI, but BMW, the V12.
Miller to buy a Corvette Like, I keep telling him, I was like, dude, you are like headers, a cold air intake, and rear end gear change away from having a 200-mile-an-hour car for like 10 years.
Yeah.
He's like, what's his base model? It's not a Z06. I was like, it doesn't need to be a Z06. It's an LS motor. You can boost it to the moon. You can stupid power with a cam swap. Like, it doesn't need to be the best one they built. It can be any of them they built.
Like, that's the thing. The Z06 is...
I finally got my S-tip. I think I'm going to buy a motorcycle for my dad. I was like, dude, you're going to die on a motorcycle. It rains every other day in Washington. Why the fuck are you going to buy a motorcycle?
Yeah, that's just dumb.
Yeah.
Like... But
whatever. I still love that guy. He's my son. He's my son.
Yeah, I mean, he's good. It's just, if anything, either buy a Corvette or, like, go and get something while I'm here. He could go do that. Get that R34 or Chaser, whatever he likes while I'm here.
Either one of those, it's like a don't meet your heroes thing with, like, R34, you know?
Yeah, just because
all this stuff and it's cool and it was in this movie and they raced them. And like, but when you buy one, it's like driving an Altima.
Oh yeah, that's what I said when I drove it. It's a lot of electronics. Yeah. It's a lot of electronics that basically dampen the feel.
That was the
it's
what we just talked about. There's no feel. It's no analog. It's all digital. It's the electronics are doing everything. That's what makes this car impressive.
And it's great that, it feels great when it has a turbo kick in, but, like, until that point where the turbos do kick in at a very high RPM and a lot higher speed, it just feels like a 90s Altima. Like, it doesn't have it, there's no love to it. So, which is why I'm going to try that R32, and if that has that same feel, then, or it's not quite up to par of the RX-7, then I'll just stick with the RX-7.
It's not going to feel as light and throwable and well-balanced as the RX-7, but it is going to be distinctly more physical than the R34.
Yeah, and that's...
Feel raw. There's still electronics and, it's fuel-injected and turbocharged, and the stock turbos aren't anything to write home about, but, like, it... It's going to feel more raw.
Yeah.
That's what you want. I want from a car. I want to feel what the front wheels are doing in the steering wheel. I want to feel the engine in the pedal. I want to feel the back wheels in my ass in the seat. I want feedback so I know how to drive the car.
Yeah. That's the thing.
That's what our cars are going to deliver.
It's great when a car is super comfortable, but at the end of the day, like, I might as well drive a minivan. Yeah. That's all I want.
You do drive a minivan.
Yes, because I paid $1,000 for it.
I mean, you can't beat that shit.
That is...
It's also really clean and really well taken care of, though. So, like...
Yeah. And it goes and transports my scuba gear when I scuba dive.
It does that well, yeah.
No,
is it just front-wheel drive, or is it all-wheel drive?
I do not know.
You ever look under it? Is there a rear differential?
I don't try and look at... I don't do anything with it because I don't have gear or anything.
Yeah. It is a brown Japanese minivan. You're not excited by it, I understand.
Yeah.
I was just thinking you could do some really cool shit with it. Like, you could put, like...
It's a four-wheel drive car.
Nice. You could potentially... I mean, it would ruin it to do it, but, like, you could lift it and put a little bit more aggressive tires on it, and you could, like, take it camping if there were anywhere to camp in Japan.
Oh, there's a lot of places to camp in Okinawa. It's just, I'm not trying to meet the Okinawan version of a Skinwalker and Ghosts, because, yeah.
It probably wouldn't be anything like a Skinwalker. I don't think they have that, but yeah, a Ghost for sure. Probably a ghost of a dead American soldier from World War II.
Or, any of the Okinawans that killed themselves because they were told about what we would do to them, even though it was all slander and false.
Gotta love propaganda.
Yeah,
but you could do other cool stuff with that. Like, you could... I know you won't, because why would you bother? But, like, you could get nice wheels for it. You could tint the windows. You could put a really nice stereo in it. And then when it's time for you to sell it, you could convince some junior sailor or Marine who just got there, like, nah, dude, you're in Japan now. Listen, pimped out van, this is the move. You don't want a sports car. You want one of these. Reliable, fuel efficient, fit 9 bitches in this thing. It bumps. Nobody can see inside. Like
you can only fit 5 people in it. Just let you know.
Whatever. Yeah. You can fit more, but the Japanese police may not like that. But also they won't see it because you got a legal limo tent.
Oh Jesus! But no, I'm not doing anything to it because I still need to get new tires for it eventually. Because like 3 months ago they're like, yeah, your tires are basically bald, and I just
small, so they'll probably be reasonably cheap. I mean,
$250 for all 4.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
I just don't do it because I'm really lazy and like
the tires I went for the Camaro were like $300 a tire.
yeah.
And I still got to buy rims because something at some point happened to my rims, the stock ones that are on that car. They are completely fucked. Like it looks like someone put like really acidic like wheel cleaner on them at one point and then didn't scrub them and then immediately rinse it off like you're supposed to. Like they just let it sit on there. There's like it's like an etch into the paint on these aluminum factory Camaro wheels. They are completely fucked.
Yeah, no.
One of them looks like the paint has been stripped off. Like it's calcified. It's white. And I'm just like, God, these rims look so like shit. I need rims bad. But again, that's a waiting thing. I'm waiting. Yeah. I'm waiting for rims until I finally do the brakes, which I still haven't done because I've been busy and sick.
Yeah, you've been dying.
I've been dying. I've been dying a lot. But when I am finally feeling better, I'm going to charge up all my cameras and microphones, and I'm going to get you footage of me doing the brakes, even if it's a multiple day evolution. We can edit it down, whatever.
Yeah, I mean
multiple videos for you, and.
Yeah, I still need to go and edit the last footage because the person that was supposed to edit backed out. So, but
me rewiring my fucking taillights that don't work. But
I mean, if you do get the chance, definitely buy that fucking wireless like headphone thing.
Oh yeah,
that you can wear.
Mic that I can clip on.
Yeah, just because there are parts that are definitely hard to hear, or when you throw shit, it pops really loud.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. My garage doesn't have good acoustics or good lighting, so what I'm planning on doing is actually like buying some shop lights and setting them up on the unused side of the garage to shine at the side where I record. And then instead of having shitty audio because the door has to be open so I can see what I'm doing, the door will be shut and it'll be lit up and you can hear me better because I'll echo a bit inside. So hopefully that'll be better. I'll do some
we'll give it a shot
with lighting and mics to get some good shit there. And, once I have brakes done, I'm gonna have the money for wheels and tires. I've been in contact. Finally, I got an email back from Dr. Gas.
Oh, that's good.
About my cup car style X-piped boom tube exhaust, but they still haven't sent me a price, anything, nothing. So it's like. They emailed me and they're like,
wow.
Yeah, we slowed down a lot due to like COVID and somebody dying, and like, we haven't been doing a lot. And I was like, cool, this is what I want to buy. Go ahead, price me that. And then they never replied to me again. And I'm just like, I'm about to just go on eBay and buy a $400 fucking stainless 3-inch X-piped drag exhaust. Just dumps. They'll dump like right in front of the rack, so it'll be loud as shit. It'll sound probably the same. It'll be fine for the race car that car is. I already have the headers. I just got to get those on. That's going to be after the brakes and then after wheels and tires. Yeah. The brakes are done and I have nice looking fancy brakes. I'm going to want to show them off with not my fucked up baking soda looking salad shooter wheels. I'm going to want my nice drag wheels with some white letter tires.
For sure.
Start on the exhaust, and then I'll do a whole video on plastic composite repair while I fix my one damaged composite valve cover, and then I'll swap those on. I'll probably paint them too and spray them with some matte black. They have LT1 etched into them. Someone laser etched these composite valve covers. These were never factory. Someone bought factory composite valve covers, had LT1 laser etched into them. So I'm probably gonna paint that in, a little bit of white paint, you know, make it stand out in the exhaust.
Yeah.
The engine bay, I mean. Yeah. So I have a good-looking, loud, somewhat rowdier Camaro, but I did recently find out that the rear end in that car is pretty weak, and it's also not a very good gear for drag racing. So it's going to get a whole rear end swap at some point when I have $4,000 for a built specifically for 410 Camaros for 9-inch rear end for drag racing.
That's weird. Your Twitch stream just restarted.
That is strange. Huh. I have not fucked with OBS even a little bit.
I have no idea.
Still streaming, still recording. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, definitely always good to, you know, upgrade and not revitalize. Basically refinish everything, just make sure it's safe, because you obviously don't want to, you know, fuck with 30-year-old car parts that haven't been reinforced.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna check out the suspension too. Which the suspension is pretty good, pretty solid. Even though that car sat for a long time, it didn't sit like in a field. You know, it sat like in someone's driveway for a long time.
Yeah,
Brakes,
definitely better.
Sure, when I do the brakes, I'm gonna check all the lines. I'm replacing the hoses, so I'm not worried about them. I'm gonna drain all the fluid and do really good brake fluid so I don't boil my brakes. And the master cylinder's newer. The booster's fine. I have good pressure when I hit the pedal. Yeah. And then I'm gonna remove as much weight from it as possible. So back seats gone.
Oh yeah, you don't really need them.
Door panels off. All that sound deadening gone. Crash bars in the doors gone. Don't need them. Not gonna crash.
I guess.
Yeah. And then, you know, new seats. They're lighter. They're not power. They'll be manual seats, which is fine because there'll be some eBay race seats because they're cheap and they work.
Yeah.
And do the cheapest 5-point harnesses that are NHRA legal. Jigs. Thanks, Jigs. Yeah.
Sponsored by Jigs. We wish. Maybe one day.
If Jigs wants to give us some parts, yeah, I'll be a relentless brand whore for Jigs too. Pennzoil doesn't even give me anything. I just fucking love Pennzoil. It's the best oil. I mean, I watched a oil property shootout with some chemical analyst on YouTube recently. Pennzoil, platinum, full synthetic, 1030. It was better than Amsoil 1030 in every test he did. And I was like, fuck it, good oil. Fuck it, it's the best. The reason Ferrari uses it.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'll have to kind of look into a bit more when I get if I do get the RX-7s, because it's one, I have to use 2050 here because it gets so fucking hot.
Oh, the engine does get hot because there's no cool down stroke in a rotary.
And also it's 90 fucking degrees most days.
And humid.
Yeah. So I need
hot, humid air is fantastic for engines with turbos. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No. I can advise you on that. I can show you what coolant to get and what additives to put in your coolant to keep it cool. You all right, bud?
Yeah. Just vasectomy pain.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You bet you got a real sore dick.
Not the dick.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So, but yeah, that's the thing. I gotta look into like premixes and all that kind of stuff. Anything I can do to keep it, good and not expensive.
Yeah, but good and running for a long time. Additionally, because it is a rotary and apex seals like to be lubricated, I saw running premium gasoline all the time, which you should do anyway. Which I think.
Yeah.
Fuel in Japan's a higher grade than America anyway, and
if you get it out in town, yes. If you get it on base, they typically only run one grade, but it's because of the conversion rate. It's been cheaper to buy it out in town anyways.
Yeah, and but you know how you've run like a gas powered weed eater before, right?
Yeah.
But you know how you gotta buy the little bottle of the mix in the ratio 45-1, whatever. If you take one of those, which I think it's 25-1, and you just, when you have a full tank of gas, dump it in the gas tank,
Yep.
Great for that engine. Well, it might smoke a little bit. That's fine. Everything's lubricated. It'll be fine. If it blows up, full throttle, whatever. It's a rotary. You're lucky it's not fireballs.
Yeah, no, those cars fucking shoot a lot of smoke out. But yeah, that's the thing. I gotta look into it a bit more. But that's, like I said, 1 month, and then I figure out which one I'll be looking at, because yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, but
whatever you decide to do, I got you for advice and parts and what to do and what you shouldn't do, and hey, you should buy this, and you can probably install it yourself with a $10 socket set in your apartment parking lot. You know, I got you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to do anything major to it because I've already found a place I do like.
Who you trust to work on your cars.
Gaijin Tuner.
That's the perfect name because you are a Gaijin.
Yep, it is literally a... Oh, damn it. You just said screen sharing.
Share that shit, but maximize it so I'm not looking at half the screen as your background.
That's half the fun. But yeah. Yeah, literally they do fucking everything. ECU tuning, you do rotary engine rebuilds, rotary porting, resurfacing, fucking everything.
I wouldn't worry too much about like rebuilding or performance building that rotary because you're going to enjoy it in stock form for the time that you're there, and then once you get here and you bring it back, the engine's coming out and it's going to get entirely worked over to become a four-rotor for a different project that we're going to have. And then my old engine, when I swap engines, is going to be the engine that goes into your RX-7.
Yeah, HKS.
Ooh. Coilovers.
Yeah. So like this is because
clutches. Oh, Mishimoto, the silicone hoses and full aluminum radiators. That's what I have in the Raptor.
Yeah.
I went off-roading like a dumb and bombed through a river and cracked my plastic radiator and also pushed it into the fans and broke the fans. So now I have high-volume fans and a full aluminum radiator, the high-pressure cap, and silicone hoses. I didn't just fix it, I improved it.
Well, yeah, that's how you should do it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, because when I drove by here, gosh, it was like a week or two ago.
Yeah,
dude had an RX-7 right on the list, so I know he does at least enough with them. And right next door to them is a fucking JDM shop where they sell basically everything. I saw S15s, S14, Silvias. I saw a bunch of the Lancer Evos. And then their shop was big. I couldn't see it all the way inside though. But just the fact that they had RX-7s on the lift, I was like, okay, that's gonna probably be my guy because one, I know he speaks English because Gaijin, and yeah, and then he also does. He also does GTR.
30 seconds now, so we'll let's end this and start it again.
Good times.
Yeah, I guess. Do 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 do. Yeah. So yeah, the RX-7 will be great. I mean, if you can take the heat, that car will be everything you dream.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I would, if I do end up getting it, I will probably spend a couple grand for them to go and basically pull everything out and then do a bunch of heat wrap.
Drop the whole subframe out and heat wrap this entire firehole.
Yeah.
Gold foil. That way it's shit. The hood too.
Yeah.
Just replace the hood. Get a heat extractor hood. That'd be.
I do like the stock. I do like the stock look on the hood though, so I'd probably just wrap the other side.
Sticky backed gold foil like we put all over the media intake. That's that shit to use.
Yeah. So, but like I said, that'll be dependent on if it's the GTR or the RX-7. So
I don't care what you get. You know, I support you either way and I'm on your side, but I like the GTR more. But that's me and what I like in cars. I know what you like in cars is very different.
Yeah.
It's it's like I talked about the other day. It's the ballerina, the RX-7, and the female cage fighter, the R32.
Yeah. So, I mean, after that, my perception is skewed because I have only driven the RX-7. And it was a total blast because that was one that was in that fucking
car.
I don't believe so. I should have pictures.
Have anything like, heat reinforcement done or anything, or did you notice it got very hot in that car? Or?
No, it didn't get hot at all. But then again, I also drove during the winter. Well,
yeah.
So that probably also could have, affected it a good bit. Here are my pictures. There. They're the wrong pictures. And it is difficult when you have 1,000 photos. What was that?
This is ASMR vaping. This is me blowing on the microphone with my vape.
I hate you. Why are you like this?
I don't know why I'm like this. I blame my childhood and various things about it. I wasn't abused or anything. I was just a weird kid and I watched TV too much.
No, the engine bay looks stock. It's really hard to tell.
Okay. Well, that's good then, because I know they do get hot, but usually they get really hot when you turn the boost up and don't do anything about the cooling system or heat barrier of the Fireball. Did you send that picture to me?
Yeah. I have it on my phone.
Okay. Well, I'm on stream, so I'll just pull it up in Messenger.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
No, not my Gmail. Fuck off. No one bills. I don't want more fucking... What do you call it? Printer ink. Why is my internet so slow? The fuck, internet?
But yeah, it was a fun car. It was yellow, just like the initial D fucking Kioske or whatever.
Load right now. So if you want to pull that up, screen sharing's on. Just pull up Messenger and click on the picture.
Yeah, that's what I was planning on doing.
I'll look at it on my phone so I can comment on it. Oh yeah, that yellow shit. Oh, it's got the concealed headlight mod, which looks okay, but I'm not into it. Headlights go up. Pop it, man.
Yeah, Amemiya.
Oh, Ray Amemiya?
Yeah, that's what those are. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's not loading on my phone either. So, yeah, what do you got on your screen? Yeah, that is a very stock engine bay. That car has not been played with too much. No. That's a stock engine. That's a stock Fireball. So that's good. So in stock form, in reasonably cool weather, they don't get hot and bake you out.
Yeah.
Did the AC work in that one you drove?
I didn't even need it. I'm not going to lie, because, like I said, that was last December in Tokyo where it was pretty cold. It wasn't biting.
Attempts to use it. I bet the heater worked fucking great.
Yeah, but unfortunately I didn't even need that either. It was really nice inside. It was a beautiful day. You can see there's no clouds in the sky at all.
Mount Fuji in the background. It's fucking beautiful.
Oh yeah, it was
an excellent experience you had.
Yes. It's a shame that he's been selling a lot of his cars, so I won't be utilizing him this Christmas or my winter vacation.
Cool shit, huh?
Yeah, the only one he had was the NSX, NA, and a few other weird cars that I didn't care for.
NSX is cool on a track, but also the NSX when driving it on the street, it's just a fucking mid-engine Accord.
Also, it's not a car you can afford. It's made of unaffordium anymore because
it'd be $22,000.
Yeah, everything was back in the day.
Everything was cheap at one point in time, yeah.
Hell, even Testarossas. Even Testarossas were cheap. And look, an NSX right there.
Yep.
So, but yeah, that's the unfortunate thing. So I will be running from a different company where I can just instead of having a guided tour, I'll rent a car and then I'll take it back. And it's like $200 for 6 hours.
Yeah, it's a cheaper place too, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's good.
Because I think I paid $800 for the guided tour, which is fair. It was a guided tour, but at the same time, I didn't really have a lot of opportunity to push it because I was driving it right behind the owner.
Yeah,
and they were expensive ass cars. So
I'm thinking. You already said no, like this Christmas, but next Christmas, I'd like to come see you, and we could meet up in Tokyo and do like a car rental and just like hit the Bay Shore and have fun. And obviously you'll be driving because I don't have a Japanese driver's license and no one will rent to me. But
yeah, I mean you can get an international driver's permit. They're not hard to get. So that's also an option. But also this week Christmas won't be a thing anyways because COVID is still a thing. So the borders they're only open to certain tour companies where literally you're basically on a leash the whole time.
Yeah, I'll wait till I have freedom.
Yeah, so like I was supposed to go with someone from work and take him to Tokyo because he's young and apparently I don't know, he just doesn't like going out alone. Oh. But with us going on 12s, yeah, which is very bland. So I won't even I'm going to be going in a month and that's going to be my Christmas because we're going to be on 12s and because of Manning and the Navy is so great.
It's fantastic. It's the best. It's the reason I got out.
We have just enough Manning that one person can go on vacation at a time. So we have 10 people on my team, but only one person can go on vacation at a time. So it's like, I'm just going to take it now, and that way the rest of my team can actually go and do stuff, see their family.
Holidays with their family. I'm gonna go on vacation in August.
September. So
around that time, I should be taking a trip to Colorado.
There you go.
Yeah.
Going to see anything fun?
Sierra.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, so unfortunately, I won't get to do much this Christmas. It's mainly just going to be try and buy a car, maybe look into booking a tattoo session because I have a great shop and they're really cheap.
We still got our Hotline Miami tattoos, and me and Tanner still got to do our Grenada tattoos.
Yeah. So many, but I'll probably wait on we'll probably wait on the hotline one until you get here. That way we can get them from the same place.
Oh, same time. Yeah, you and me go together, get tattooed.
I mean, Tokyo.
Absolutely hammered and wander around the Yakuza neighborhood, get into trouble.
Basically, yeah. I mean, either that or even Okinawa, because Okinawa has. Let's see, if it still work for me right now. Oh, you will pull up.
It's very nearly 3 a.m. here, and I am only still awake because I slept all day because I was sick and I didn't have to work because I have COVID. Can't wait to be negative and go back to work, spending most of my day frustratingly on the smoke deck.
But yeah, this is the place.
Wow. Yeah, speaking of Ray, yeah. Oh, and Spike, he's done some really good work, and it's colorful too.
Yeah, they do
That's
a lot.
The kind of good color there that does not fade. Wait, go back to that last one.
This one?
All right, now go below it and click that one with the split blue Hanya mask. No. I meant the one below it on the side.
Oh, this side?
No. Go back to that picture.
This one?
No. The first one I had you go back to.
Holy shit, which one? This one. This one.
No, the one literally in between those two.
This one.
All right, now you see where it's got blown up on the side, and there's one directly below it with the split honey mask? Yeah.
Oh.
That kind of color shading, that red and shit.
Yeah.
That's well shaded. That shit never fades. My red on my fucking tattoo faded like within a month. It's all pink and gray and shit now. I need it retouched, but the tiger on my back still looks phenomenal.
Yeah, these frogs. They're one of their like signature pieces they do. So they'll like
of Okinawa.
No, just the shop. Because the main person that does a lot of this highly skilled stuff is a person named Nana. She's a chick. Yeah, right there.
Oh,
yeah, it's her.
Yeah, I would love to get another Japanese tattoo. My American tattoo in San Diego, big piece of shit. My Japanese tiger that's on my back is still phenomenal. That is a gangster-ass Yakuza frog. I love that.
Yeah, like they do a bunch of those frogs.
Yeah, they get down on some stuff I can get down with. That's excellent.
Yeah, like they do literally everything, but they do a lot of shit. Cause like,
cool. Dude, we should get frogs.
Because like they do even like that's really well done.
Yes,
it's like a popping paint.
Like it's glowing. Yeah.
Yeah. And this was from earlier this week. Like she just did this.
That's awesome.
So that's what I'm saying. Like we don't even have to go to Tokyo, even Okinawa, because my boss has a shit ton of tattoos.
Yeah, dude. Senior Smith had a fuckload of tattoos too. They were all really well done. Yeah, you and me we should get some frog tattoos. I'll get like I don't know, tatted up Yakuza frog mechanic, and you can get like I don't know, a cyberpunk looking man behind the scenes video editor frog. Like hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I'm gonna be here for a few more years, so
I'm gonna visit. I hate.
Yeah, as soon as
this place sucks dick.
Oh yeah, I mean Washington is very bland. It's great if you love outdoorsy shit, and then once you do it, it's like
cold beer coffee and IPAs and hiking. This is a paradise for you. Unfortunately, I fucking don't like any of those things.
Yeah, and you have to drive a Subaru.
Yeah, I don't. I do not have a Crosstrek. I have a Ford Raptor and a Z28 Camaro because I'm an interesting person.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Like I don't do that stuff. Like I'm gonna go to Tokyo this year. I'll probably take that kid at some point.
Yeah.
But then whenever me and you go, but that's pretty much gonna be it. Like I don't plan on going back to Tokyo because I've been to Akihabara and Shinjuku and all that, and like they're great.
You haven't been to Kabukicho with me though.
Oh yeah, but I mean that's the thing. There's a lot of other places I do want to see because like I do want to go to Kyoto before because I hear nothing but great things about that, and there's no tourists there because tourists ruin everything. I'm not gonna lie.
They do.
I fucking hate tourists. So like,
this is like when the pandemic first hit, and my ex-wife and I were like, we should take a trip to Vegas right now and just sight. Yeah. A flight was like $100. A hotel room was like $25 a night. In one of the first ones, I was like, do they have rooms? Like, do they have rooms? They're closed. All the lights are turned off. Of course they have rooms. Like, like,
that's the thing.
Like, I don't want to gamble. Gambling's dumb, but like going to see all the cool Vegas shit would be cool when there's and you can go everywhere.
Yep, the Bellagio, the MGM Grand, like the Mirage.
I was still in the Navy at the time, and the Navy was like, radius, you're not allowed to go to home. And I was like, oh man, okay.
Yeah.
So that didn't happen. And then we ended up getting divorced after my last deployment.
Yeah, I mean, you're better off now, though, definitely.
I am, yeah. I'm more lonely, but, you know, I'm also in a better place, and I'm fine with myself, you know.
There you go. That's important, though.
Oh, man, like, does it not get boring and lonely, like, being in a house all by yourself? Like, dude, I love my own company. I can watch whatever I want. The temperature is where I like it, and I can lay on the couch and eat chips while I watch TV. Nobody's judging me.
Yeah, that's the thing. You can fall asleep on the couch.
And I do. I was asleep on the couch for like 9 hours today.
Yeah. That's where, like, I took a nap this morning.
Couch. We're never getting rid of that couch or this couch. When we come to the warehouse, these couches are coming.
Oh, Jesus.
They're going to be in the shop space around the big ass TV so that, you know, people can hang out in like the conversation pit outside of like work hours. Like, and I will nap on that nap couch after I've been working that shit all day. I'll go nap on that couch.
You better clean off first, motherfucker. It's spray you down.
I have a steam machine. I've steamed all of my furniture.
Oh, I mean after you work in the shop though. You better fucking take off that oil.
I'm not going to be like greasy and oily and shit. It's not going to be like me working in a diesel truck shop. We're building performance-oriented cars here, and my engine cell, my dyno cell, my engine building lab is going to be like a lab. It's going to be like a doctor's office. It's going to be clean.
Fair enough. But yeah, so I definitely do want to go to Kyoto, though. Like, I plan to try and go to Hokkaido next February for the snow festival.
The North Island, that's going to be cold as fuck.
Oh yeah, but no,
they got the hot springs while you're there, and if you can, go to the Sapporo. Well, you don't like beer, never mind.
Yeah, but also most hot.
You don't even like Japanese beer?
Nope, don't do it.
They did make you take a shot of beer that one time.
Yeah.
I poured Asahi in your glasses. Like, you have to drink that.
But yeah, like this is
that's ice.
Yep, that's Yuki Matsuri, or the Sapporo Snow Festival in Hokkaido.
That is fucking amazing. You gotta let me know when you're gonna do some of this shit so I can plan ahead and I can come hang out with you and we can go do cool shit.
Well, the Snow Festival's in February every year.
Cool.
So, but yeah, like that's the thing. Even in Tokyo, it's really cheap because I think I'm paying like $150 for my plane ticket, like there and back, and then a night at the hostel in Akasaka is $25 a night. So for like a little over a week, it's like $150.
That's cheap.
Like, yeah, like Akasaka is fucking sweet, and that's where my favorite bar is. Which I will give them a shout out because they make bomb ass drinks. Bardis is amazing.
Yeah, look at that motherfucker in the tuxedo.
Yeah, no, he literally, that's the master. He goes and, like, he talks to you and shit. Like, not really, but we can get by. If you can speak pretty broken Japanese, you can talk to him. But, like,
yeah. I can
after a fucking...
broken Japanese, broken Tagalog, and broken Spanish.
Because, yeah, they go and they make cocktails on their fucking Insta like every week. They post different shit. And then after I went there almost every night for 2 weeks. They gave me a fucking bunch of little like photographs of the bar. They gave me a fucking
that's so cool.
little thing of their own house made whiskey. Like which let me see if I have. Oh.
Well, Dirks is gone. This is once again more.
I hate you.
More vaping.
I hate you. Yeah, there. Fucking a little thing of their little house-made whiskey. Just Bardis.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Like, if they give that shit to... I haven't tried it yet. I don't want to try it. But it's so nice.
I have 3/4 of a bottle of, like, $80 17-year-old Macallan in the freezer from when
nice.
I was here last, which he should be here. I think he's supposed to be here now, and he was supposed to text me we were supposed to hang out, but he didn't. Anyway.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll mess up what's up with that. But it's been great talking to you. I can't wait to come visit. We're going to do fun shit. We're going to record most of it. I'm bringing a camera and multiple batteries with me every time I come see you.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Look, I do want to try and come visit at some point. It'll probably honestly be, though, before... Like,
why would you come visit here? There's nothing fucking here.
Yeah,
come back. I mean, I'll come to you. Or we'll meet up somewhere actually fun.
Yeah, like go to Australia or something.
Oh, they're completely not open to tourism right now, but I will.
Well, nothing. A lot of places aren't.
That's very true, yeah. It's almost like COVID's real. I mean, I have it, and aside from the cough and some sneezing and stuff, I'm asymptomatic this time. Last time I had a fever during a heat wave in Linden, but I have an air conditioner now. I spent like $400 on a roll-around floor model industrial fucking air conditioner.
There you go.
When I turn it on with the remote, like the lights flicker. It's powerful. You probably hear it.
Oh, Jesus.
It cools this entire house really quickly.
Jesus. Yeah, you're just...
for like 5 minutes at a time, and then I'm like, fuck, it's cold, and I turn it off.
There you go. That's all you need. I mean, hey, you're doing better than like Texas, losing power and shit.
I've only lost power in Linden once, and it was when a drunk driver literally crashed into a telephone pole or a power pole and like killed the whole transformer. And even then, fucking Puget Sound Energy had it back up like in 6 hours.
There you go.
It wasn't hot or anything. It was like a cool fall night, so I was like, I was laid on the couch in the dark, I guess. Watch YouTube on my phone until it dies, and then I guess I'll kill myself.
Jesus. God damn.
It's like that meme. I'll always love that meme. It's like, what would you do if you were instantly transported back to medieval times? And it's like, I'd play Chief Keef on my phone until it died, and then I'd fucking kill myself.
There you go. See, that's a man that knows his priorities.
Like, what would interest me about medieval times? Nothing. I would actually just kill myself to be out of there.
Yeah, like that's the thing. It's like, yeah, you'll probably be one of the more attractive people there, but like
definitely one of the smartest, but also like, they might what do you call it? Like fucking Aristotle my ass and just like force me to drink poison.
Yeah, it's like that's the thing. You could, do whatever you want. You could find a nice wife, but that's the thing. That pussy's gonna not have been washed in a week.
It's gonna be hairy as fuck too.
Yeah. Yeah. That shit's no, dog.
I hopefully I'll never end up deciding what I have to do if I get transported back to medieval times. It's very unlikely to happen.
I would say, if anything, fuck as many chicks as you can. Basically, Genghis Khan,
Just Genghis Khan my way across medieval Europe.
Yeah, basically.
Become, like, I was going to say become Nero, but that guy was fucking insane. And shit didn't play out too well, but yeah.
No.
Rule the Roman world.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Too soon? Nah.
Dude, fuck Rome. That was like a billion years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And it lasted... the Roman Empire lasted longer than America has, which is astonishing to some people. Like, when you think about it, like, America's over 200 years old. I'm like, dude, that's 3 people. We're 3 people old. Dude, 2 people ago, like, we were fighting the Civil War. Like, it's fucking...
Yeah. I mean, look, man, with Roe versus Wade overturned, nowadays, kids will be having more kids at 10.
Yeah. That's a good thing. Well, anyway.
It'll be great. But
it's been cool talking to you, hanging out.
Shit, before we fucking end this, why don't we fucking actually talk about the vasectomy, because that's how we started this.
Yep.
We can end on it.
Finish your story. Jesus. I'll shut up.
Okay. You're fine. So, basically how it goes is they go and they give you Valium or something like half an hour before. And for Navy, they go and they give you 2 pills. And they're like, take 1 and take 2, the second one, if it doesn't work. I just pop 2 right away because I know I'm going to need that shit. And then they go and they take you in there and they fucking eye on your balls, which fucking cold as shit.
Hey, I'm
and then
to interrupt, but you're blurry as fuck in your camera. You want to just like tap it or something?
Better?
It's not auto focusing is the problem. Hey, there you go. That's perfect. I mean, it's good enough. I can tell your story.
There you go. So, basically then, after that, then they go and lay a bunch of cloths over you. That way they can literally, like, isolate it. Yeah. They fucking tape your dick up, and then that way they can get right to where they need to. And then they're like, yeah, you know why you're here today? Like, yes, I am, and I am fucking terrified because you're about to do something I'm not going to be happy with. And it's like getting your wisdom teeth out where they stab your gums with the needle and like, yeah, this is gonna hurt, but after this is gonna feel great. Basically like that, but what happens is they stab your nuts with it in like 1 at a time, and it feels like it's being pinched and it's burning.
Yep.
And then you don't feel anything. And then they go and they fucking cut in there, they do a few snips, and then they take a soldering pencil and they fucking, you only can, Yep, and you can literally see the steam coming off, and you're like, "Fuck, that's my nuts."
That's smoke. They're burning your flesh.
Yeah, and then
if you could smell anything, it would probably smell like, I don't know, fried hot dogs.
Oh yeah, no, I'm like, that's why I was like, I'm fucking hell no.
Oh.
So then they go to work on the other one, but the thing is, they only wouldn't do the needle one at a time. So you're like, they catch you off guard. They're like, yeah, the second one's gonna be better. It was not any better. It fucking hurt. And then they go and they do that, and they go and they sew you back up, and then they put a bunch of like gauze on there, and they're like, yeah, okay, you have to wear fucking basically like I'm trying to think of compression shorts.
Yeah.
So that way everything's all nice and tight and like, and then you get to fucking and then they're like, yeah, take some ibuprofen because it's the Navy and we can't give you actual real pain pills.
Yeah.
And then you fucking, I don't know if you know what the Fresno Nightwalkers are.
No. I'm going to look that up, though, on YouTube later.
So, basically, for anyone watching, the Fresno Nightwalkers are some fucking, like, creepypasta sort of shit, but they have videos of them.
People, but when you're on drugs?
No. It's basically these weird things that they see, like, walking. It basically looks like a pair of pants, but there's nothing else. And they go and they take weird, like, steps.
Oh, I've seen that.
Yeah, that's how you have to walk when you have the surgery done. Like, I'm still having to walk like that because it fucking hurts.
Yeah, man, they sliced open and then bisected your taint.
Yes. And then, so...
I don't realize how crucial that part of their body is. It's fucked up, and it's like, oh, I gotta use this for everything. Like, yeah.
Yep. So, like, even now, I can't piss in the fucking toilet. I have to piss in the shower because I can't... Compression shorts don't have a hole there. So you're just pulling it down and you're, like, trying to not... So, like, I'm having to keep my legs elevated all the time and, like, walking sucks. My balls are fucking bruised as all hell. They're more black than blue.
Ooh.
Like, it fucking sucks. Because even last night when I fell asleep, I slept 6 hours because I'm a side sleeper and I can't side sleep.
You on your back with the ice pack on your junk.
Oh, no, I haven't been using the ice pack, like, during when I sleep, but, like, every other time, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, why not?
It's, well, because...
There, like, sit there, lay back, relax, drift off, wake up, it's warm, throw that shit in the freezer again. My pants are unzipped, I just noticed. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to, not fucking get anything near there. Like, I got a shower today, because for the first 24 hours, you can't get a shower.
Well, yeah, you got a wound.
So, I got a shower today, and I was basically like I understand now what it's like to be a parent and trying to wash a baby that's sunburned.
Yeah.
Because I was like doing it ever so gently, like I was like I was getting my fucking hand into a cup and just kind of pouring it on my stomach so it would run down. I was like, don't, because I don't know fucking. Yeah, like, you don't know what the trigger phrase is, like, what's going to trigger the pain, but, like, even today when I removed the gauze was 90% blood, so I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, this is miserable.
Had to make a toilet paper man pond and just put it in the compression shorts and pull them back up. Just...
Like, well, at this point, I'm just letting them go, and I'm like, it's been 24 hours, I'm just going to, like... Normally I drink every night.
Yeah, don't drink. Thin your blood out. It'd be real bad.
That's why I'm like, I'm going to take a few days off drinking, and then I'll go back to it in a few days. Just water and trying to not fucking die, because, like, I feel like I have the flu for the last fucking few hours, so... Because, yeah, your body does not like having things cut.
Yeah, well, the pain you're feeling and the reaction to... even mild stimuli as pain is your body's trauma response to knowing it's been hurt and not knowing what is wrong or how to fix it.
Yeah.
But that will go away. But you feeling like you have the flu, I would be worried. You might want to, visually check, make sure it doesn't look like it's getting infected because
it
looks, don't want that to get infected.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm just going to let it go for another day. Like, I'll check it tomorrow because I'll probably be going to bed soon.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing, you kind of want to sleep a lot because you're in pain and you're in pain. So
I know that feel. It's emotional pain though.
Well, yeah, that's the pain that never goes away. I fixed that pain with booze.
I stopped drinking and smoking. I only vape now. Well, I say I stopped drinking. I hadn't had a drink until that day with Tanner since like the day before you left.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's been a minute then.
I just don't drink. I mean, I might, if it's a weekend and I'm off and it's like going to be hot, I might get like a 6-pack of Michelob Ultra and drink like 2 of them. And then I'll be like, I'm tired. And then I'll go to bed. But like,
Jesus.
I'm not a drinker anymore.
Yeah, I mean,
after
I mean, that's, yeah. I mean, that's good though. That's good.
I got apocalyptically hammered the night before we flew out to come home because I already knew everything had gone to shit and my life was falling apart. And then I was still drunk when we woke up. And then I nodded off a little bit on the bus ride to the airport. And then me and my warrant officer got apocalyptically drunk in the terminal waiting to come home. He'd look over at me like, what are you drinking? And I was like, this is $95 scotch. Like, $95 bottle? I was like, no, it's $95 for this double shot. And I would just like pound it. I'd be like, one more. And then we would go smoke like 4 cigarettes in the smoking room.
Jesus.
I miss Warren Beach. I love that guy. I gotta, I don't know, message him sometime or something, see what's up with him. It was the shit.
Jesus. Yeah, that was wild times, but I will pass on doing that shit ever again.
Yeah, I'm very tame now in my old age. Now I build model kits and play old video games with my emulator, which is exactly what I'm gonna do as soon as we end this, and I might stream it, probably.
Hey.
I might stream it, actually, yeah. Some utter domination because of my fully upgraded cars. I'm trying to win a cup ride. I won the truck championship, and I got offered 1 cup car ride, and I was like, that car sucks dick. I'm not driving that car. And then I passed, and I was like, oh, that was the only offer you had. Back to the truck series.
Fuck.
So yeah, I'm going to be streaming Dirt to Daytona right after this.
Hell yeah.
PS2 emulated. It holds up. It looks pretty good for a game from 2002.
I mean, that's basically what matters is how good.
Enjoyable gameplay. It's rewarding to progress, and it looks good enough. Yeah.
Jesus, yeah, my quality is really bad. But
yeah,
I mean, that's the thing.
It's not auto-focusing. I don't know what it is.
I have no idea.
Honestly, this is going to sound stupid, but like, tap the lens. Just like,
I don't know, like, that's the thing, on Zoom it looks good.
Did you turn your lights off in your little area there? Because it was brighter in there.
Yeah, because it's getting dark. It's 7 p.m.
Oh, okay. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. I was like, it's
You're good.
really dark in there. Did you turn the lights off? Is that fucking the autofocus up? I think that light in the background might be fucking with it too. I don't know. It's whatever. You're a little blurry, but it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We're going to end this and then I'm going to bed.
Exactly what you look like, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm a white dude.
I hope you feel better. Maybe definitely sleep with that ice pack, bud.
Yeah, I'm just gonna chill.
Down, feeling good.
Hopefully.
Take like 4 ibuprofen and sleep on that ice pack, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I have my painkillers for my shoulder. I'm just taking those and trying to not fucking die. But that's the thing.
It's been good. We should do another one of these. What is today? It is Thursday. We can do another one like Saturday or something.
Yeah, let me know. I have the rest of the week off because I'm resting. So,
hey, all right. Something.
Yeah, let me know. I have the rest of the week off because I'm resting. So,
hey, all right.
But all right, bud. I'll let you go. Take it easy. Have fun with your game.
I will. All right. Night, bud. Love you.
Good night. Love you too.